3, Center Story. Change the driver to Harvey Hirschberger. Harvey Hirschberger will drive number 3, Center Story. Turn to race 2. Race 2, there'll be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering. Race 2, number 3, My Secret Money. Make the driver Mark Hedworth. Mark Hedworth will drive number 3, My Secret Money. Number 5, Lilla Flicka. Make the driver Greg Bateson. Greg Bateson will drive number 5, Lilla Flicka. Turn to race 3. Race 3, there'll be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering. Turn to race 4. Race 4, there'll be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering. Turn to race 5. Race 5, you may scratch the number 2 horse, Real Trooper Personal. Scratch the number 2 horse, Real Trooper Personal. There will be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering in race 5. Turn to race 6. Race 6, there will be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta Wagering. Turn to race 7. Race 7, there will be a daily double over races 7 and 8. There will be a daily double wagering over races 7 and 8. In race 7, there will be Win and Exacta wagering only. Win and Exacta wagering only in race 7. Turn to race 8. Race 8, there will be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta wagering. And race 8, number 2, Play On Player. Change the driver to Mark St. Louis Jr. Mark St. Louis Jr. will drive number 2, Play On Player. Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta wagering. In race 9, you may scratch the number 6 horse, Cherokee Joe A, 6. Scratch 6. Number 6, Cherokee Joe A is out. Turn to race 10. Race 10, there will be Win, Place, Show, Exacta, Quinella, and Trifecta wagering. Race 10, number 3, Already Won. Make the driver Curtis Harper. Curtis Harper will drive number 3, Already Won. Number 6, Widger Boys. Change the driver to Harvey Hirschberger. Harvey Hirschberger will drive number 6, Widger Boy. Now, those are the only changes and corrections that we have at this time. All right, Kendra Allen, you can come on with the flag. If you'll turn to race 8 in your program, we have a couple more driver changes. Race 8, number 4, Section Line Flame. Change the driver to Nick Clegg. Nick Clegg will drive number 4, Section Line Flame. Number 6, Whiskey Hill. Change the driver to Clifton Bell. Clifton Bell will drive number 6, Whiskey Hill. All right, Kendra, come on with the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendra Allen is parading postward with Jetson and Earl as Matt Richardson sings our national anthem. Will you please rise for the singing of our national anthem?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Napoleon, Ohio, the Henry County Fair. Ohio Fair Racing Conference action tonight. We got a post parade. Let's go to Bill Peters for our post parade.
Buffaloes again, SBGR. All by Saved by Grace Ranch of Dayton, Ohio, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver, Emmanuel Miller. Number 2 is Down by the Parade, all by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver, Nick Clegg. Number 3 is Center Story, all by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver, Harvey Hirschberger. Number 4 is Journey's Sharp Edge, all by Gordon Brookhart of Westerville, Ohio, and Ron Stack of Marengo, Ohio, trained by Ron Stack, the driver, Curtis Harper. Number 5 is Peanut Fear, all by Dr. Jill Dennell of Delta, trained and driven by Jim Ersham. Number 6 is Grew, all by Stephen Reese and Janie Weller of Republic, trained by Janie Weller, the driver, Rod Adams Jr. Horses will take.
There you had the post parade for first. I'm Doug Ballinger. Behind one mic, the other microphone, Matt Clark. Matt, we're back here tonight. We got 10 big ones. You moved us up this year, so the sun's really not hitting us. So it's about like air conditioning tonight up here.
A little easier on us and the equipment tonight. Not so much for the view, but it's the best we could do.
So tonight we feature 2-year-old filly pacers, 2-year-old colt pacers, 3-year-old filly trotters, 3-year-old colt trotters, the Henry County Horsemen Memorial Trot, and we top it off with the ladies' pace. Springhaven Farm ladies' pace. 10 carded for tonight. Bill Peters will be on the mic giving us a call. Field of 6 for the first. 3-year-old colt pacers, first division for $4,814. Number 1, Waffles again, SBGR. Emmanuel Miller drives the 3-year-old Bagel, the son of Western Vintage. In 13 starts, has hit the board 4 of those times. Those 4 third-place finishes, $3,899 in earnings for the 1, Waffles again, SBGR this year. Nick Clegg, the 2, Down by the Parade. Kimber Clegg owns 3-year-old Bagel, the son of Down by the Seaside, an $8,000 purchase 2 years ago. 20 career wins in 51 starts, 137 lifetime, 157-1 at Northfield Park earlier in the year. Chris Hirschberger, the 3, Center Story. This is the 3-year-old Bagel, the son of Well Said, an Ohio Select purchase of $12,000, 9 career wins, $57,000 in earnings. Took a mark at Dover last year as a 2-year-old. 4, Journey Sharp Edge, Curtis Harper. Ron Stack trains a 3-year-old Bagel, the son of Do Me That Again. Has 5 career wins, right at $32,000. Earlier this year at Scioto Downs, $153,000. 5 is Peanut Fear. James Ersham owns and trains and drives. First start of the year, had 12 starts last year, $4,300 lifetime for the 5, Peanut Fear. And rounding out the field, the 6 is Grew, Ron Adams Jr. for Jane Weller. Stephen Reese and Jane Weller own. 3-year-old Bagel, the son, a bit of a legend. 6 starts in the year, has a win, a second, 2/3, 2 career wins, $21,000 lifetime. Attica earlier this year, last time out, 201-4 for the 6, Guru, and that's a look at the field for the first. Mike Wepkenberg's starting gate is into position. And starter has called him to the gate for the first. Waffles again, just GBR. Down by the Parade, Center Story, Journey Sharp Edge, Peanut Fear, and Grew. Field of 6. Gates rolling. Let's go to Bill Peters to give us a call.
They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. We got a recall.
First, John Ingram is our starter tonight. Somebody must have got tangled up or broken equipment. I really didn't see anything, or someone out of position. We'll get to, maybe Bill will give us the reason for the recall. If you do have a recall, and for instance, if it would be on the 1, that this is just for an example, if the 1 would interfere with the 2, and he would do that again, any kind of thing that cause a recall, the 1 would be scratched. That is just an example of what goes into a recall. As we mentioned, 10 big ones tonight. It's a busy week here coming up this weekend. Rock Springs tomorrow. Roger Houston will be giving you a call there. I believe Ashley Daly is going to be there at Meigs County Fair. Thursday and Friday, tomorrow the 14th and 15th. 1 o'clock post both days. That's a Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 7 races tomorrow and 9 carded for Friday. So it's going to be a take 2 here for the first 3-year-old Colt Pacers. Let's send it over to Bill Peters.
Here they come. The year off and pacing the first horse away is Down by the Parade. Up on the outside second is Center Story. At the rail third is Waffles Again, SBGR. In their fourth is Grew. Grubbing in fifth is Journey Sharp Edge, and the last horse is Peanut Fear. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Nick Clegg has Down by the Parade on top by a length and a half. Facing second is Center Story, driven by Harvey Hirschberger. Racing in their third is Waffles Again, SBGR, driven by Emmanuel Miller. Fourth, it is Grew, driven by Rod Adams Jr. On the outside fifth is Peanut Fear, driven by Jim Ersham. 31. And the last horse is Journey Sharp Edge, driven by Curtis Harper.
31.
First quarter paced in 31 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. That's still Down by the Parade with the lead. A length and a half back second. It is Center Story. Racing in their third is Waffles Again, SBGR, with Grew in their fourth. On the outside fifth, Peanut Fear, the last horse along the rail, Journey Sharp Edge. 6 Pacers well bunched as they come to the half-mile mark. That's still Down by the Parade now by about 2 lengths over Center Story, and at the rail third, Waffles Again, SBGR.
102 and 3.
First half paced in 102 and 3/5 as they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Down by the Parade. The closest horse second is the stablemate Center Story. On the outside third is Grew. At the rail fourth, Waffles Again, SBGR. Racing fifth is Journey Sharp Edge, and the last horse is Peanut Fear. The pace picks up just a wee bit going past that 3/4 mile mark. That's Down by the Parade now by about 3 lengths.
132.
3/4 in 132 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Down by the Parade by about 3 lengths over Center Story. Then a little farther back third comes Grew. On the outside fourth is Waffles Again, SBGR, and also moving up is Journey Sharp Edge as they race for home. That's Down by the Parade and Center Story. Down by the Parade and Center Story. Down by the Parade and Center Story. Tight at the wire there between Down by the Parade and Center Story. Also tight for show there between Waffles Again, SBGR, and Journey Sharp Edge.
201 and 4.
A mile in 2:01 and 4/5.
(2:01 and 4). Final half 59 and 1. Stablemate Center Story up in the final stride to nip the 2 Down by the Parade, and Nick Clegg at the wire through fractions of 31, 102 and 3, 132, 2:01 and 4. Mile cut. Fractions were all set by Center Story. Getting the trip was the 3. Center Story got the trip Down by the Parade. Did all the dirty work, set it up for the winner, Center Story. So the stablemate finished 1-2. That's unofficial. The 3 Center Story, the winner. The 2 Down by the Parade finished second. Be a photo for show.
I talked to Nick a little bit before the races started and asked him how many he had in. He said 11. My initial reaction was, Are you kidding me? But no, they really do. They have 11 in, so 9 to go. Not a
What
bad
would
start.
be interesting to do sometime, his wife
Betty
is a worker.
Oh, yeah.
And organized. I noticed at Croton, sitting over there by the race office Friday, they pulled in. And when they pull in, she has it all printed out.
Oh, yeah.
And what saddle pad she has to get. You don't want to talk to her because she's got that on her mind. But she did talk when I asked her a question about Duncan, that he was going to race that night at Northfield. But it would be interesting just to do a little bit of a film clip on their stable, how they race out of the trailer and how she is so organized.
Yeah. Nick has told me before, a lot of people don't necessarily like racing out of a trailer, but, I mean, they actually prefer it. It's just so much easier for them to keep things organized, and imagine lugging 11 horses worth of equipment into a barn, back out, and all that. So
yeah, they have an operation, there's no doubt. Well, I guess they're calling for a photo, but my eye, and it could be the way your angle looks, I called the 3.
Yeah, but, I thought it by an easy head anyway. But I'm also not right on the wire. There we go.
So it is the 3, Center Story, down by the parade second. These two horses here, about 190,000 in earnings for the Cleggs.
Comes number 3, Center Story, owned by Kimber Clegg, trained by Betty Clegg, and driven to victory this evening by Harvey Hirschberger. Now first we'll have a picture taken with the VFW post number 821 blanket, which they'll get to keep. And then we'll get a picture taken with the Batten Stevens. We got another picture to take here. Got another picture to take. Okay, with the Batten Stevens Body Shop blanket, which will go to the fastest division of the 3-year-old colt pace. Let's have a big hand here for Betty Clegg, Harvey Hirschberger, and Center Story, and the VFW post number 821, and also the Batten Stevens Body Shop.
We'll wait our results before we go to a commercial break. Up next, the second race will be a 2-year-old filly trot.
Number 1, Waffles Again, SBGR was 4th. Number 2, Down by the Parade was 2nd. Number 3, Center Story was the winner. Number 4, Journey Sharp Edge was 3rd. Number 5, Peanut Fair was 6th. Number 6, Grew was 5th. Time of the first quarter was 31 seconds. The half was in 1:02 3/5. The 3/4 in 1:32, with a mile in 2:01 4/5. From the top, it should read 4:21.365, a mile in 2:01 4/5.
We're going to take a break here, and we're going to come back and look at the second race. We're going to be joined by Roger Wilkin, Speed Superintendent of the Van Wert County Fair.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Well, we're back here, Napoleon, Ohio, the Henry County Fair, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. We're joined by Speed Superintendent Roger Wilkin of the Van Wert County Fair in Van Wert. Roger, good night of racing here. You were here last night, I guess?
Yes, I was here last night, and thank you for having me over. Our fair's for 13 days away. It's coming quickly.
So you're getting ready, and you have been getting ready.
Pylons are going up tomorrow morning. Okay. So I've been watering the track, but it's a waste of time right now.
So you're racing Tuesday the 26th with a 6:30 post time. Monday, which is Labor Day the 1st, a 12 noon post time. A little bit of a different format this year.
Yes, we did away with Thursday afternoon program. We changed the colt stake circuit around a little bit, and we rode a lot of overnight races for Monday. So I think in all I rode 26 races maybe to fill a card. Okay. And we'll just see how it works out. But we have the Harvest Trot on Tuesday night and the Peony Pace on Tuesday night, and of course the Ladies Pace and some colt stakes.
I know I've been working over there on Thursday afternoons, I guess, the past several years with the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast team. And Veterans Day, you always had honor to veterans. That was always a big day. I enjoyed that.
We're still having it. The meal will be up front in a different tent this year. But,
but you are going to honor them probably maybe that Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll still have the raising of the flag and stuff with the veterans and stuff like that. So just changing things up a little bit. See how it goes.
You always got to change. Changes.
Yeah. So,
sometimes change is good, and then some you don't know till you do it.
Yeah, definitely. So.
But this is probably the smallest, the fewest days you've ever raced in years, probably in your time.
We used to go
5, 6.
4 or 5 anyhow.
Oh, that was a big day over there. Thoroughbreds in the afternoon on Labor Day, and harness at night.
And we used to come back on Wednesday and have a double header.
Yes.
And it's just
everything changes. It's all colts. Not too much overnights.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just amazing how things change.
So
it's just like here we start at 6 o'clock. You start at 6:30. In my day, when I began to announce races, we'd start at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
And you would go 2 heats.
Yeah. It seems like you got to get through them or you lose your crowd after a certain time. Yep. And we do have par mutual wagering again this year. So.
And that's another thing that's changed. I think I know at Salina one day we bet $7,800, and back in the day you'd bet 12 or 14,000 on that same card. It has just changed.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as the betting, I think we bet 27,000, just shy of 27,000 on the big card at Champaign County Fair in Urbana a week ago.
Yes. We always on Monday had Labor Day Thoroughbreds and harness at night.
Oh, you'd put a lot of money through the windows that day. Yes, most definitely.
We haven't really eliminated the Thoroughbreds. We still got the gate, and we just can't get the horses.
Can't get the horses.
Yeah.
If you get the horses, then you probably can't get the jockeys.
Definitely. It's one year we had plenty of horses, no riders, and then last year or the year before we tried it and only had 8 entries. And you can't put a program on with only 8.
No, I mean, and people love to watch it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was a big crowd draw.
Oh, yes, it was.
Definitely. So
that grandstand would be full, I would think.
Yeah, and around the fence.
Matt, can you remember going to the
Yeah. I definitely got to see the doubleheader before. I mean, I was kind of young. It's been a while. Actually, when was the last time you had it? Because it seems like it wasn't that long ago. I did get to see there was a small card.
I think the year of the COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And one thing about Van Wert I can remember, you still have the track kitchen, what they call the track kitchen over there? That was pretty
it was
track kitchen.
It was a big deal back then, but it's like anything. It went from volunteers to everybody wanted paid, and it just not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've told this story before. Some of the viewers probably maybe haven't heard it. You know, our program, when you look, you see the charted lines on there, 6 lines you can look off of. Back in the day, in the 70s, there was a lot of guys from my hometown and all over Van Wert, Walpock, Sydney. It would be the Black Book, the Bible they would call it.
Oh, yeah.
They would have it A through Z.
Yeah.
A for Abercrombie. He finished 5th at Van Wert. The mile went in 2:10. They timed him. He might have paced in 2:14. And that's how they would bet their horses. And they wouldn't give any of that information out.
No. Betting used to be serious.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's catch a post parade here with Bill quick.
Faster of the 2 divisions, we'll get a blanket in memory of Fred and Char Freppel. Number 1 is What Speed Limit? Owned by Ron Steck of Marengo, Ohio, Robert Smoko of Solon, Ohio, and George Green of Clarksburg, New Jersey, trained and driven by Ron Steck. Number 2 is Princess Holly D, owned by Pierce Henry of Lipsick and Darmafall Racing Enterprises of Sylvania, trained and driven by Pierce Henry. Number 3 is My Secret Money, owned by Mike Sweeney of Delaware, Ohio, and Lemmer Racing LLC of Rockwood, Michigan, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver, Mark Hedworth. Number 4 is Lynn Range, owned by Hagerman Racing of Mount Vernon, Ohio, Lucinda Belcher, Winchester, Kentucky, and Martin Yoder of Mount Eaton, Ohio, trained by Herman Hagerman, the driver, Emmanuel Miller. Number 5 is Little Flicka, owned and trained by Greg Diamond of Bell, Florida, the driver, Greg Bateson. Number 6 is What a Bell, owned, trained and driven by John Koneski III of Pemberville. Number 7 is Go Get the Money, owned and trained by Rosie Weaver of Beach City, the driver, Drew Neal. Horses will take 1 long score with the date. Future winners closing in 4 minutes. Let's win, play, show, exact record. I'm on Great Wagering, and everybody's good.
Our second race is the 2-year-old filly trot for $7,130. Field of 7. We're going to continue our talk here with Speed Superintendent Roger Wilcott of Van Wert. Roger, looking at this 2-year-old trot here in this second race, this filly trot, you can just see now they're progressive. If they're going to pan out, it's going to show now. You can just see the improvement on a lot of these horses from their first start. Most of them have 6, 7, or 8 starts.
Yes. Like I say, trotters, it takes a while for them to mature, and every race is different.
And they're learning. They know when they get in that trailer, they're going somewhere to race. That first time out, they're probably a nervous wreck.
Yeah,
but our local horse people at the fairs that we do a lot of coverage on, Hank Levan, for instance, he's got some nice trotters in the Buckeye Stallion and Sire State.
Yeah, there's some nice horses.
As does Rosie Weaver.
Yeah, there's some nice horses around this year.
I know Hank was second last night in the, I don't know if it was Buckeye Stallions. I think it was Buckeye Stallion series last night with Darmafall owns part of a Honey something. And Rosie's got one in tomorrow night at Northfield Park. The 2-year-old trotters go, which Roger Houston owns part of, Eckerd Hill Brady.
Yes.
He's a nice horse. He's a 3-2 post-time favorite, I believe.
Well, you look at the second race here. There's one horse won 3 in a row, and I mean there's some nice and going some decent miles. So there's some nice colts around this year.
But you look through the program, I see 2 horses that really haven't made breaks. The 7, Go Get the Money, Drew Neal, Rosie Weaver, has yet to win, but has some speed. Trotted in 2:01 earlier at Northfield, but does show some breaks. So you just don't know what you're going to get with a 2-year-old trotter.
And just like this track, I don't think anybody trains here anymore. So it's probably dead, surface-wise.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks good tonight.
It looks good.
It looks good, but there's no poundage over through the years, or through the summer. So even at our fairgrounds, we used to have 20, 30 horses, and there's less than 10 there now.
Yeah, that's the way I'm from Salina. Back in the day, there would be 35 to 40. Paul Combs, his dad, Lauren, had a lot of horses there. That's what brought him to Salina. Lauren Combs started out with Curly Smart in Delaware, Ohio, and came to train for the 3 cattlemen in Ohio, in Salina, Glenn Florence. Pete Harvey and Lyle Minchow, for them was big owners back then. That's how they got to Salina. Your 3 fairs that really have the horses is close to the tracks. Xenia has a lot of horses. Troy, Urbana, Greenville, Washington Courthouse.
Yeah,
those are probably your top 5 because they're so close to the bigger track.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of horsemen right here. Good horsemen, years ago. But
Well, what's the name from Napoleon area that has had a lot of good horses in the past? Even it's racing the jug and different things.
Ivan Suggs is from Henry County.
Is he okay? Yeah. The name I'm thinking of had some pacers. What is his name?
Lighthill?
Was Joe Lighthill from this area?
Yeah, the Lighthills was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary Gilland had Cinder Best that raced against Eternal Cam Nation.
I'm trying to. Eternal Cam Nation. Yep.
Yeah.
That's not the name I'm thinking of. I just can't pick up on it right now. But let's go to Bill Peters to give us a call of the second race. 2-year-old filly trotters for $7,130.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away is Lynn Range. Dropping in their second is Princess Holly D. Trotting in their third is What Speed Limit. Fourth is What a Bell. Moving up fifth along the rail, let's go get the money. Off stride sixth is My Secret Money, and the last horse is Little Flicka. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark, Emmanuel Miller has Lynn Range on top by about 3.5 lengths. Trotting second is Princess Holly D, driven by Pierce Henry. Racing in their third is What Speed Limit. Fourth is What a Bell. Racing fifth down the backside is Go Get the Money. In their sixth is Little Flicka, and the last horse at this point is My Secret Money.
31 and 1.
First quarter trotted in 31 and 1/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's still Lynn Range by about 3 lengths. Princess Holly D trots in their comfortable second. In their third is What Speed Limit. Fourth, it is What a Bell as they come down to the half-mile mark. Here they come to the half-mile part. That's Lynn Range with the lead. Princess Holly D is second. Up on the outside third is Go Get the Money. In their fourth is What Speed Limit. What a Bell is fifth. Then comes My Secret Money and Little Flicka.
103 and 1.
First half trotted in 103 and 1/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Lynn Range. The closest horse second along the rail is Princess Holly D. On the outside third is Go Get the Money. What Speed Limit is in their fourth. What a Bell is fifth. My Secret Money sixth, and Little Flicka trails. Going past that 3/4 mile mark, Lynn Range opens up about 4 lengths now on Princess Holly D.
134.
3/4 in 134 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Lynn Range over Princess Holly D. Racing third around that turn is Go Get the Money. Fourth is What Speed Limit. Then comes What a Bell fifth. As they race toward home, that's Lynn Range, Princess Holly D, and on the outside, What Speed Limit. As they pass the stands, it's got to be Lynn Range, and here the outcome. Tight for place there between What Speed Limit and Princess Holly D.
203 and 4, or 3. 203 and 3.
A mile in 2:03 and 3/5.
2:03 and 3. Lynn Range pretty much had it her way the whole mile out of the hot sire. In range, Lynn Range. Out of the Andover Hall mare, Lynn's Slider, 4 for 6 this year. Hagerman Racing, Mount Vernon, Ohio. Lucinda Belcher of Kentucky. Martin Yoder of Mount Eaton, Ohio. Hagerman trains. Emmanuel Miller gets the winning drive. 31 and 1, 103 and 1, 134 home in 2:03 and 3. Last half minute, 2/5. What caught my eye there was Pierce Henry with a 2, Princess Holly D. He hung on for second the way I caught it. Going to be tight, be a photo for the place position, but that horse is owned by Henry in partnership with Dharma Paul Racing, and that horse has really made some strides throughout the year. Doesn't break stride, is just improving all along the mile in 3 and 3. He probably had to trot in 4 and 4 or 2:05.
Yes, he got a good trip out of it, but he looked good there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a nice trip, never had to leave the rail. Yeah. Here is our winner, the 4, Lynn Range.
On the track, into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Mount Vernon and Mount Eaton, Ohio, and Winchester, Kentucky, comes number 4, Lynn Range. Owned by Hagerman Racing, Lucinda Belcher, and Martin Yoder, trained by Herman Hagerman, and driven to victory this evening by Emmanuel Miller. The blanket for this division is courtesy of Filling Memorial Home. That picture will be taken first. And then you also have a picture taken with the in memory of Fred and Char Freppel, which go to the faster division. Let's have a big hand here for Emmanuel Miller and Lynn Range. And to Filling Memorial Home, and for Jake Freppel for giving this blanket in memory of his parents. Here are the official placings for race 2 from the top. Number 1, What Speed Limit was 3rd. Number 2, Princess Holly D was 2nd. Number 3, My Secret Money was 6th. Number 4, Lynn Range was the winner. Number 5, Lilla Flicka was 7th. Number 6, What a Bell was 5th. And number 7, Go Get the Money was 4th. Time of the first quarter was 31 1/5. The half was in 103 1/5. The 3/4 in 134, with a mile in 203 3/5. From the top, it should read 3:26 175. 4 on the bottom, the mile in 203 3/5. New lifetime mark on Lynn Range.
Well, 2 down and 8 to go. Third race up next, 3-year-old filly pace. First of 2 divisions for $6,710 field of 5. And we'll be back to take a look at these 5 pacers right after this.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead's sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Well, we're back here at the Henry County Fair in Napoleon. Roger Wilkin, director of the Harness Racing Program at the Van Wert County Fair, is alongside us tonight. We was talking about some of the changes, what it takes to get ready. You said tomorrow you're putting the pylons up. What else you got going on over there?
We did hire Matt this year, the singing tonight. He's coming for.
I enjoyed listening to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming to join us this year, and we'll be having some free giveaways, some gas cards, maybe, and some gift cards or something. Not sure how I'm going to do it.
Will that be both days or?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe put your losing betting tickets in a tumbler and we draw out a name or something, and have some T-shirts to give away and stuff like that. So,
as far as touching on other things besides horse racing, do you have any kind of entertainment?
Yes, there's a bunch of, I can't think of their names offhand, up in the gospel tent. We're having some entertainment. We're having, I believe, monster trucks are coming in one night, bull riding. and Demolition Derby, which is the big draw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, that's, and we are Wednesday night we're having cheerleading. Thursday night they're having motocross in the infield. That sort of took place in the horse race, and we'll see how that plays out for this year.
So this 2-race card could be for a year. It could go back to 3. You just don't know. You just don't know.
No.
What's gonna.
And we're in competition with so many other fairs right now. Roscion will be going on. Finley's going on.
Yes. Richwood has a doubleheader that Tuesday.
Yes. So.
In that we're talking the same circuit, the Ohio Fair Racing Conference circuit. Mount Gilead's also racing that week. I know I'm from Salina, and we're in the Ohio Racing Conference, the OCRA, Ohio Colt Racing Association, and we go head-to-head with Troy. Last year we were short of horses. I know on a Sunday we had 8 races with short fields. Sunday at Salina we had 12 races with nice fields, 6 and 7 in every race. Troy, opening night for them Monday, had 8.
Yes.
So you just don't know where they're going to go.
No.
Now next year they might say, well, it was a little bit easier at Troy, so they go to Troy. So it just goes back and forth. You just don't know what goes through their mind.
And like I say, there's horses out there, but like I say, we're in competition for other fairs that weekend. So it's I don't think it's facilities anywhere. It's just wherever handier for other people.
And I don't know so much the other 3. Home Talent, Ohio Colt Racing Association, and Southern Valley Circuit, they're in what they call consortium. Now, I don't know if they jump too much. Once the season gets started, I think, like at Paulding, you see about every circuit there.
Definitely.
In Ottawa, for sure. Every circuit, just about. Maybe not the Southern Valley Circuit, because that would be a drive. But once it gets started and rolling, I think they pretty much stay in their own circuit.
Yeah. You see some of them jumping back and forth a little bit, but no.
Now, Hank Levan, the Levans, I noticed, I looked at the entries for Greenville. I think they're in both nights at Greenville. They always hit Greenville. Hank's not here tonight. I don't believe he was here last night. Well, he was at Sauter last night. Hang Tied Honey L, who's a nice filly trotter, owned in partnership with them in the Dharma Falls, I think was second. I think that was Buckeye Stallion Series night. And he's got Rude Dude Ellen, who raced in the Next Generation. He's a 2-year-old trotter, so Hank would be at Northfield Park tonight.
They was here last night. I think Harrison drove the
Harrison
horses.
drove, yes.
Yes, but they had some horses here.
The horses postward for race 3. This is the first division of the 3-year-old filly pace, going for a purse of $6,710 and a blanket this division courtesy of Lyndon Engler Auctioneer, and the faster of the 2 divisions getting a blanket courtesy of Okolona Metal and Iron. Number 1 is Really? Are You Kidding Me? Owned, trained and driven by Dan Vinier of Pemberville. Number 2 is Call Me Over to Hill. Owned by Stephen Reese of Republic and J&R Racing of Rising Sun, trained by Jamie Weller, the driver, Rod Adams Jr. Number 3 is Kylie Cash, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver, Nick Clegg. Number 4 is Ruckin' Remy, owned, trained and driven by Derek Flowers of Tiffin. And number 5 is Nefarious Niblet, owned, trained and driven by Travis Boring of Clayton, Michigan. Horses will take 1 long score and go to the gate. Mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta.
Matt, are you going to go down and make a bet on that one without the saddle pad?
Sure. I bet on worse, I guarantee it. Kind of trots nice, though.
Yeah. Right now, but he could. I announced the mule races at Lancaster. It's kind of fun. They put a white line across the track for the finish line. And that horse, when it hits that white line, or they might even have it before the finish line, just give them obstacles. And boy, they won't. They'll put their feet in. Some of them won't go across that white line.
I know in our speed office we have some pictures of mule races at Van Wert.
Okay.
Oh, no kidding. I went back and looked at them. They're right next to the kind of where the horses ship in here. I had no idea how big they are. I mean, they are massive.
But years ago, didn't they have what they call scoop shovel races?
Yes.
Am I right on that?
Yeah.
They would tie a scoop shovel onto the horn of the saddle, right?
Yeah.
You would have somebody riding the horse, guiding the horse on the back, but these guys would be on scoop shovels.
Yeah, that was when it was wild and crazy back then.
That was in the 60s and early 70s.
we used to have them chuck wagon races there at Van Wert too.
Yes, they did.
And they still have them. They're over in Bryan, Indiana.
Yes.
They just had them a couple of weeks ago.
And remember, I always had to read this thing from Beakey Packing. Well, Jim Beakey, which did so much for harness racing in Ohio, but from the Dark County, he had, boy, it was on the tip of my tongue, Bob Beisner. The 8-horse pony hitch, remember?
Yes.
And I'd always have to read that. They would come out and do a figure 8 and just go bad out of you-know-what when they would leave the track.
We always had Hefner Dairy Farm.
Hefner Dairy Farm out of Lima,
yeah,
correct?
They had a fabulous
Hefner Dairy
outfit.
Farm, yes, they did.
And there used to be a lot of more livestock around. Horses, everything, just...
Well, I'm going to take a look real quick here at this third race, 3-year-old filly, Pacer 6,710. The one, really, are you kidding me? Dan Veneer. This is a homebred, 4 wins this year, 45,000 lifetime. Took a mark last year as a 2-year-old, 157-2 in Jug Week at Delaware. 2, Call Me Over the Hill, Rod Adams Jr. for Jane Weller. 3-year-old Bay Phillip, a Racing Hill, yet to hit the winner's circle. 11 starts this year. Has 4 seconds, 3/3. Did not start last year. 9,400 lifetime for the 2. Call Me Over the Hill. 3, Kylie Cash, Nick Clegg, Betty Clegg trains. 3-year-old Brown Phillip, a Fear the Dragon. $10,000 purchase 2 years ago. 13 career wins, 84,000 lifetime. 157-1 at Northfield Park. Just a couple starts back. 4, Rockin' Remy. Eric Flowers owns, trains, and drives this 3-year-old Bay filly by the Ponderosa. 8 starts this year, no wins, has a second. Last year had 17 starts, 6 career wins, 32,000 lifetime. Took a mark as a 2-year-old at Dayton last fall of 155-3. And rounding out the field, the 5, Nephrus Niblet, Travis Boring. 6 starts this year, has 1/3 and $1,100. Let's send it over to Bill Peters for the call of the 3rd.
They're off and pacing the first horse away at the rail. It's really? Are you kidding me? Up on the outside, second is Nefarious Niblet. Racing at the rail, third is Call Me Over the Hill. 4th is Kylie Cash, and the last horse is Rockin' Remy. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. That's really? Over to the 1/4 mile mark, excuse me. That's really? Are you kidding me? Along the rail with the lead, driven by Dan Veneer. On the outside, second is Nefarious Niblet, driven by Travis Boring. Racing at the rail, third down the backside is Call Me Over the Hill, driven by Rod Adams Jr. 4th is Kylie Cash, driven by Nick Clegg. And the last horse is Rockin' Remy, driven by Derek Flowers.
30 and 4.
First quarter paced in 30 and 4/5 seconds as they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. That's really? Are you kidding me? On top by a half a length. Pouring on the pressure on the outside, second is Nefarious Niblet. Call Me Over the Hill is at the rail, third. Kylie Cash, 4th, and Rockin' Remy, 5th. 5 fillies well bunched as they come to the half-mile mark. That's still, really? Are you kidding me? With the lead. Nefarious Niblet on the outside, second. Call Me Over the Hill, third. Then comes Kylie Cash and Rockin' Remy.
102.
First half paced in 102 as they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. They've still got to catch that. Really? Are you kidding me? Racing at the rail, second is Call Me Over the Hill, and 3 wide down the backside now comes Rockin' Remy. Nefarious Niblet now 4th with Kylie Cash 5th. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. That's still, really? Are you kidding me? With the lead. At the rail, second, Call Me Over the Hill with Rockin' Remy on the outside, third. Kylie Cash is 4th and Nefarious Niblet 5th.
33 and 1.
3/4 in 133 and 1/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's still, really? Are you kidding me? By 2 lengths. Call Me Over the Hill is second along the rail. Rockin' Remy on the outside, third. And Kylie Cash is looking for racing room as they race through the lane. That's really? Are you kidding me? Still with the lead. Call Me Over the Hill closing fast on the outside. Really? Are you kidding me? And Call Me Over the Hill. Really? Are you kidding me? And Call Me Over the Hill. It's really? Are you kidding me? Up for second is Call Me Over the Hill. Up for show is Kylie Cash.
202 and 1.
A mile in 2:02 and 1/5.
Well, that was kind of a tight one. Really, are you kidding me? Dan Veneer had all he wanted to do to hang on, 30 and 4/5. He did all the dirty work up front, 102, 133 and 4, 202 and 1. Had all he wanted to do to hold off Rod Adams Jr. and Call Me Over to Hill, who got the 2-hole trip. Finishing third was the 3 Kylie Cash. Final half a minute and a fifth. Final quarter, 28 and 2. Really, are you kidding me? A homebred by the Veneers, 3-year-old brown feather by Racine Hill at a Mach 3 mare. Brillo Camarillo, 5th of the season, 10th career. Earnings now go right at $50,000, just shy of $50,000. Lifetime for the winner. Really, are you kidding me?
Into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Pemberville, Ohio, comes number 1. Really? Are you kidding me? Owned, trained in victory by Dan Veneer. Now first, the blanket for that will go to the Veneers is the courtesy of Lyndon Engler, auctioneer. And then the other blanket, the Okolona Metal and Iron, will go to the faster of the 2 divisions. Let's have a big hand here for Dan, Cheryl, and Arlo Veneer. And really, are you kidding me? And the Lyndon Engler auctioneer and Okolona Metal and Iron, the donors of the blankets. Here are the official placings for race 3 from the top. Number 1, really? Are you kidding me? Was the winner. Number 2, Call Me Over the Hill was second. Number 3, Kylie Cash was third. Number 4, Rockin' Remy was fourth. Number 5, Nefarious Niblet was fifth. Time of the first quarter was 30 and 4/5. The half was in 102. The 3 quarters in 133 and 1/5, with a mile in 202 and 1/5. From the top it should read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a mile in 202 and 1/5.
Doug, I should have put a couple bucks on that horse. Young Arlo out there, I saw him earlier. He told me she might be pretty good tonight. So, Dan and Cheryl's
Dan
grandson.
Veneer amazes me.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Year in and year out, he always has a stable full. I'm sure he can't start with over 5 or 6 horses. He always has 3 or 4 good ones year in and year out, Matt.
Yep, definitely some firepower in that stable.
Hard worker, not only at the fairs, but at the raceways.
Yeah, yep.
Well, Roger, I thank you for stopping by. Good luck at the fair this year.
All right. Hey, thank you for having me. I'm going out and enjoy the fair a little bit and some more of Henry County horse racing.
And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going...
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to OHHA.com. That's OHHA.com.
Well, we're back here at the Henry County Fair in Napoleon. I'm joined by Josh Reddig, the Fair Board President. Josh, nice crowd here for the harness racing tonight.
Yeah, it's a pretty good crowd, and I guess one of the things that makes our fair special about that is all the people that you'll see sitting around the racetrack along the fence watching the races. It's just a pretty neat experience, and I'll run the water wagon a lot during the races, and you got to wave at everybody that you know when you go by.
So you didn't grow up around horses or anything. How did you get involved? Were you speed superintendent at one time, or?
No, I had limited experience with horses before I started on the fair board. I had some brothers, a brother and a couple of sisters that took 4-H horse projects, but I guess when I got on the fair board, there was an older guy that was doing Dudley Schreider. He was
now watch when you say old. He's only about 4 years older than I am.
Well, I guess I'm comparing that to my age.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But he was kind of taking care of all this stuff pretty much by himself, and I didn't really have a whole lot going on when I got on the board, so I kind of started helping him and have just been helping since.
But 72 doesn't seem old, and back in my day it didn't when I was 40. But when you get to 72, it is old. But back to Dudley Schreider, we was talking before we came on set. I'm from Saline, Ohio, and I had a cousin live in Rockford, and Dudley Schreider lived on Route 33 right before you come into Rockford. And they had a big corral out there, and they had horses and ponies. And I was probably 7, 8 years old, and I'd ride ponies over there with Dudley. And then he went to work. He got into the horse business for a great driver from our area, Salina area, by the name of Irvin Samples, but competed at the big tracks and was a great driver. So that's how I haven't saw Dudley Schreider probably in 60 years, 50 years.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've seen him. He's still around, but he didn't get out much anymore.
So your fair, you said, started last Thursday and goes through tomorrow now.
Yep, started last Thursday. Tomorrow will be the last night, where we've got demolition derby for the grandstand entertainment and the livestock sale tomorrow, starting in the morning, 9, 10 o'clock, something like that.
That's what the fair's about, 4-H and the kids.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
Actually, 4-H and the kids and harness racing back in the day, in the early 1900s, that's what the fairs were about, was 4-H, livestock, and the farmers would bring their horses in and race. That's how harness racing started.
Right.
I know we're going to get a lady, I can't remember her name.
Sarah, I think it was. Runs the new event center over there.
Yeah. So you did put up a new building?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
A lot of fairs have been, I think there was some grant money out there, right? A lot of fairs we got,
Yeah, and we were able to capture some state capital funds too. And a couple of times we got some of those.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever got any grants from the Ohio Harness Horsemen that they offer for gates, different things for safety, or different things in the barn?
I think we've gotten one, and we've tried several times, and I think we've only gotten the one so far.
Well, I don't know how many they get. I heard the figure how many they give out a year, but I'm going to use a figure. If they give 15 out, they might have 45 applicants, so they got to spread it around.
If there's grants like that available, we usually try to take advantage of them.
Nice fairground. Really this is about probably my 4th year in a row up here. The only other time I've ever came to Napoleon is watch a basketball. You had a great basketball team in the past, coach by the name of Fred Church. Does that ring a bell with you?
It's a little before my time. I think I know the name,
but Salina would play up here basketball in Napoleon.
This is the 2-year-old Colt Trot. Going for a purse of $13,560. The first place horse will get a blanket courtesy of Hirschberger Construction Ltd. The second place horse getting a blanket courtesy of Howard's Friendly Service. Number 1 is Whiskey Twist, owned by Chris Beaver, Radnor, Ohio, and James Bellasack, Strongsville, Ohio. Leo Fleming, Campbellsville, Ontario, and B.G. Maines, also of Ontario, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver Clifton Bell. Number 2 is 314, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver Nick Clegg. Number 3 is What Luck, owned and trained by Ernie Ayers of Sand Creek, Michigan, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 4 is Hunt Club, owned, trained and driven by John Kineski III of Pemberville. Number 5 is Got the Money, Honey, owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, Heartland Acres of Wahonding, Ohio, Kebby D. of Hudson, Ohio, and David Jury of Bucyrus, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 6 is Trotton Marseille, owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance, the driver Mark Hedworth. And number 7 is Wisco Tax Collector, owned by Hagerman Racing of Mount Vernon, Ohio, trained by Herman Hagerman, the driver Emmanuel Miller. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate and mute your window.
Josh, I talked to Jeannie Gerneman yesterday morning, speed superintendent here, and she mentioned something about a new roof on a floral building or something like that. The building's like built in 1800 and something, or like it's a very old building. And I told her it was sound like it was probably due for a new roof anyway. But
yeah.
what was up with that? They would talk about taking it down possibly, but then it's like it's a historical landmark. Maybe?
Well, it's I think the oldest building on the fairgrounds now, and I can't tell you what year it was built, but yeah, it's just right back over here. I'm sure it had a new roof on it before, but we've switched it over now to a metal roof, a nice looking green metal roof. So it's a nice, kind of a nice looking building. Needs a little more work yet, but it's looking pretty good again.
So many of our fairgrounds, I know I call the races at Lima, Allen County. They're coming up on their 175th year this year. So many of these fairgrounds. There wasn't the money, the capital improvement to upgrade them, but it seems to be there now with grants and things.
Yeah, they definitely help. We've actually have buried a lot of money. We've been doing a lot of electrical upgrades and updating underground wire. It's kind of one of the big projects we're kind of working on now even. I guess we got started on it but have yet to finish it. But, a couple of years ago, we wound up actually put up all new racetrack lights here. So the old ones were old. Half of them didn't work. And
they looked great last night. Those are very nice lights.
Yeah.
Now, is there any horsemen train here?
We've got one local guy that, he trains here, usually a couple of horses.
Gary Gillen still?
Yep, Gary Gillen still.
Good.
So he's another one of those older gentlemen. But he's a good guy. He helps take care of the track then too. Drag it, kind of keep it in good shape for us. And so.
Do you have a lot of activity when the fair's not going on? Different things on the grounds throughout the year.
I would say we've got a moderate amount of events that go on here. The cattlemen will have a spring show, and just different events. The Relay for Life will be here in the summertime, and a couple of buildings will get rented out here and there for like weddings, graduations, stuff like that. One time in the spring and one time in the fall, they'll have Picker's Paradise here. So it's basically, I guess, the best way I can describe it is that it's like a giant garage sale. So that place will be packed with vendors selling all kinds of stuff.
Well, we're getting ready to go to the gate for the 4th. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope it's been a good week. Weather-wise, you had a little rain last night, I heard. I was not here.
Yeah, just a touch. Been maybe just a little warmer than what we'd like to see, but other than that, it's been pretty well. Attendance is just
the
off,
heat.
just
the
a
heat
little, but
is better than the rain.
Oh yeah,
but the heat can drive the people away. Also,
right.
The older people cannot take the heat.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Hope everything turns out for the rest of the fair here.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you.
Well, it's on to the 4th race. 2-year-old colt trotters, a field of 7. Making their turn. They've completed their score, and they're heading to the gate. Take care. Thank you. Got some passport business to take care of. Okay.
Quite a few good races tonight, Doug, but I was looking forward to this one. It's only the one division. I love when that happens, kind of. It's a bigger field, so some of the owners might not like it so much, but going for all the business.
Thank you so much. Our starter tonight, John Ingram, the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. assume I don't know if it's his wife Tiffany driving the gate. I haven't paid that close of attention. We've had several guests tonight, so time's going quick.
Yeah, sounds like maybe one more to come. Jeannie Gerdeman, well, actually, Josh there came up to us at Bowling Green and asked if it would be okay to come on and kind of promote the fair a little bit and some of the stuff that was going on. And Jeannie said that they had done a ton of work to the fairgrounds and asked if, some people could come up and talk about it. They're pretty proud of it. And that's good.
Yes.
And I would be, too. It's really
very nice fair. Yes.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away is 314. On the outside second is What Luck. Dropping in there third is Hunt Club. Fourth it is Whiskey Twist. Up on the outside fifth is Got the Money Honey. At the rail six is Trottin' Marseille. And the last horse is Wisco Tax Collector. As they race down the backside over toward that quarter-mile mark, Greg Bateson has What Luck on top by a length and a half. Trotting second is 314, driven by Nick Clegg. Flying up on the outside third is Got the Money Honey, driven by Drew Neal. At the rail fourth is Hunt Club, driven by John Koneski. On the outside fifth, but now off stride, is Whiskey Twist, driven by Clifton Bell. Sixth is Trottin' Marseille, driven by Mark Hedworth. The last horse is Wisco Tax Collector, driven by Emmanuel Miller. 32. First quarter was trotted in 32 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, now What Luck goes off stride. Taking over is Got the Money Honey. Racing in their second is 314. Hunt Club trots in their third. On the outside fourth is Trottin' Marseille. Along the rail fifth is What Luck. Racing sixth is Wisco Tax Collector, and the last horse is Whiskey Twist.
103 and 3.
First half trotted in 103 and 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. They've got to catch Got the Money Honey. About 5 lengths back second is 314. On the outside third, now comes Trottin' Marseille. Moving up on the outside fourth is What Luck. At the rail fifth is Hunt Club. And comes Wisco Tax Collector and Whiskey Twist. Racing past that 3/4 mile mark. That's Got the Money Honey with a comfortable lead.
134 and 4.
For 3/4 in 134 and 4/5. That's still Got the Money Honey with a lead, but What Luck is gaining with every stride. Racing third, 314. Fourth is Trottin' Marseille, and fifth is Hunt Club. As they race toward home, it's Got the Money Honey and What Luck. Got the Money Honey at the rail. What Luck on the closing fast on the outside. Got the Money Honey and What Luck. It's going to be Got the Money Honey. Up for place is What Luck. Up for show is 314.
205 and 2.
A mile and 205 and 2/5.
205 and 2. I didn't catch the half because I was watching the 3-horse Greg Bateson just gobbling up ground, closing with every stride on that leader. Got the Money Honey. What the Luck made a break. Was it right here before the half, I think?
Just about, yeah.
Right before the half, midway through the stretch here. It was probably definitely 15 to 8 lengths away. Got the Money Honey had opened up on the rest of the field. And What Luck probably was sitting about fifth. Got him settled pretty quick, but he was just gobbling up ground.
Uncharacteristic break.
I didn't write the halftime down. I was actually watching What Luck on his move, but the quarter was 32, 3/4 34 and 4, home and 5 and 2. Third win of the year for Got the Money Honey. Drew Neal, Rosie Weaver, the 2-year-old bay-goated son of Ready for Money out of the Dono Hanover mare. Ariella, Rosie Weaver, Heartland Acres, and Gabby D. And D. Jury of Bucyrus, Ohio owned this, a $42,000 purchase. Earnings now go to about $11,000 for the 5, Got the Money Honey, and our leading driver at the fairs this year, Drew Neal, gets the win.
Number 2 against number 3. to the winners. Circle where the winners go. Coming in from Beach City, Wall Hunting, Hudson, and Bucyrus comes number 5. Got the money, honey. Owned by Rosie Weaver, Heartland Eggers, Cabby D, and David Jury. Trained by Rosie Weaver and driven to victory this evening by Drew Neal. We'll have to wait for the second place award because there's an objection. We'll have to wait for the second place blanket because there's an objection. Let's have a big hand here.
2 against 3. Rosie Weaver's stable, she's had a good year this year as always, Matt. Don't see the German Shepherds much. Bolt, and what's the other one?
Oh,
they haven't been coming to the winner's circle.
Can't believe
much.
I can't think of his name. No, I haven't seen. I actually haven't seen Rosie in several weeks, I would say.
I was with her at Croton, my 2 days of calling races at Croton. She had a good week there. One, I think, broke the track record for 2-year-old filly trotters.
Smokey. God.
Smokey?
Yeah.
Smokey and Bolt. Rosie Weaver has one in tonight for Roger Houston. I don't want to not mention the other owners, but I don't know them. Eckert Hill Brady, Roger Houston, my friend, has one in. I think about the 6th race tonight.
Oh, that's tonight.
$20,000 Ohio Sire Stake.
Was that at
that's at Northfield
Cleveland?
tonight.
Okay.
Yes. I'm thinking it was race 6. So our judges across the way comparing. I'm sure they have Nick Clegg and Greg Bateson on the phone. They probably reported to the starting gate, and they'll be talking to them to get their comments on what the interference could be and if there will be a placing. Unofficially, I had the 1 Whiskey Hill 7, the 2 314 3. That could be a placing. The 3 Watt Luck finished second. 4 Hunt Club 4. 5 Got the Money Honey the winner. The 6 Trout and Marseille 5 and number 7 Wisco Tack Collector finished 6. 2:05 and 2 was a winning time. Those results are unofficial as we wait the inquiry here. A lot of racing action coming up tomorrow at Rock Springs. Ashley Daly, I know, is there. I don't know who else is joining her on set. That's the Meigs County Fair. Thursday and Friday, the 14th and 15th, Southern Valley Colt Circuit action. 7 races tomorrow and 9 on Friday, a 1 o'clock post each time at Rock Springs Meigs County Fair. Then we head to Greenville, the Dark County Fair, for Friday the 15th and Saturday the 16th, and Thursday the 21st, the big day of racing. The Regal Pace has been changed a little bit. It's not an open pace. It'll be the 3-year-old Pacers for the Partial Futurity will be named in honor of veteran Hall of Famer Gene Regal. The 3-year-old Trot, which was normally the Arnie Elmerhurst, will now be the Jim Beakey Trot. Jim Beakey, a local there in Dark County, has a Beakey Packing Company, has done so much for harness racing in the state of Ohio. Big thank you to Jim Beakey, and it'll be Partial Futurity number 72 at Greenville. Friday the 15th, Saturday the 16th, Thursday the 21st, 6:30 post. We have 13 Friday, 13 Saturday. Sunday, Wellington, Lorain County Fair. Monday the 18th, that's Sunday the 17th, Monday the 18th, 3 o'clock post on Sunday, 11 a.m. on Monday. That's Home Talent Colt Stake. Lima, the Allen County Fair, they're celebrating their 175th year. They race Monday and Tuesday, August 18th and 19th. Post time each evening at 6:30. Woodsfield, Monroe County, Tuesday and Wednesday, the 19th and 20th. Southern Valley Colt Circuit action, 3 o'clock post on that Tuesday and Wednesday, the 19th and 20th at Woodsfield. Hicksville starts next Tuesday. They go Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the Defiance County Fair right down the road here. August 19th and 20th, a 6:30 post each evening, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. I've been to Hicksville one time, Matt, years ago for pony races. I used to drive ponies. I didn't drive. I can't remember how I got there. You'll be at Hicksville?
I will. It's a fast track, and they have a pretty new grandstand, real nice grandstand there, so it should be a good night.
I'll be joined on set by Roger Houston.
Yeah.
Never worked with Roger Houston on set like this.
Yeah. Boy, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm
we'll
going to
have
hear
some
stories.
We'll have some stories to tell, I'm sure.
Bill said something. I think they're still trying to get someone maybe to the starting gate. I'm not sure what's going on here. I hope they don't need our video from about halfway through that last turn to that stretch because we're not seeing much.
But talking about Roger Houston, he just got back from Ireland, Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah.
I don't know how the man does it. He just got back. He might have rested up. Here we got our placings.
1 Whiskey Twist was 7th. Number 2, 314 was 3rd. Number 3, What Luck was 2nd. Number 4, Hunt Club was 4th. Number 5, Got the Money Honey was the winner. Number 6, Trottin' Marseille was 5th. Number 7, Wisco Tax Collector was 6th. Time of the first quarter was 32 seconds. The half was in 1:03 3/5. The 3 quarters in 1:34 4/5, with a mile in 2:05 2/5. From the top, it should read 732-415.
So there must not have been enough evidence for anything, so there was no placing.
I think the 3 horse was clearly second best, if not the best horse.
Yeah,
in that
most
race.
definitely.
I mean,
yes.
I think that has to have it go into. I don't know how they do what they do, but I mean that was a shame he made the break. Could have been a real good race between the 3
has
and
a lot
the
of
5.
speed, a lot of trot.
Yeah.
Up next, 5th race. Scratch the 2 Real Trooper. If you need a program, go to the harnessracingohio.com. At least 2 hours, I believe, before post time. They might come up, or just an hour. harnessracing.com. 5th race is up next. We're going to scratch the 2 Real Trooper. We're down to a field of 5. We'll be back to take a look at these 5 3-year-old Colt Pacers right after this.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K. Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Back at the Henry County Fair, Napoleon, Doug Ballinger, and Matt Clark. Several people stopped by this evening to get their passports filled out. We got a contest. Roy James was a winner last year. We had Rich Miller up here earlier tonight. He's been to every fair except 3 fairs.
I swear I've seen him at every one I've done.
The fairs he has missed is Eaton, Jefferson, and Lebanon. And he has a plan next week, or he just named it how he's going to be at Richwood in the afternoon and Van Wert at night. He's going to Lima, Allen County, Greenville, Hicksville.
I was actually just talking to Susan kind of about him earlier. He's a retired construction contractor, I guess, and this is what he wants to do. I guess he maybe used to have horses, and now, this is just fun for him. So it'd be fun for me. I'd love to be able to just go around and visit.
We've had 38 fairs. He's been to 35. I think he said 50 nights total he's been to. We have 65 fairs, so we're just a little right at halfway. But it just seems like, boy, these fairs stack up on one another here.
Next few weeks, they really pile up.
Yes.
Yep, it's going to be hard to hit them all. But
yes.
Hopefully be able to watch them on OHHA Facebook page or YouTube, anyone that you can't make it to.
And we'll be covering all the 5 days of Delaware again. We always look forward to that. We have a lot of viewers that week. Get a lot of compliments for what we do all year long, how people watch. And What is the viewing audience on Jug Day?
On Jug Day for the Jug last year, we had somewhere around 5,500 people.
That's what I thought. I thought it was 4 to 5. Yeah.
Yep.
I know it was 2 years ago, and I don't know if this happened. He used to live in Columbus. He moved to the state of Washington. He used to work for Hill Farms. So he's probably in his 60s or 70s, but he just misses harness racing and wanting to bring him back to Ohio and get a horse and get involved. And I think he was going to get in something like the stable or horseplay or something like that, just get a part of a horse. It was the OHHA broadcast. He said, I miss it so much. He said, I'm coming back to Ohio.
That's awesome. Yep. That's great. Like I said, I mean, with these broadcasts, you know, owners from anywhere can watch their horses race at no matter what level they're at now. And that's very rare for any jurisdiction to be able to say that.
But back to the Passport, or Mr. Passport, or Mrs. Passport, or Miss Passport for the year. Roy James, our winner last year, trying to defend his title. He's got his work cut out right now with Rich Miller. They're going head-to-head. It could come down to a photo finish, a finished print, but Roy James is going to be sitting in pretty much the clubhouse at Delaware in the first turn, having drinks brought to him and some nice food and program and watch the races there.
Yep.
And that's what it is again this year, plus other prizes.
Yeah.
That's the grand prize.
Yep, I got to sit in there one time back when I was working for Raceway Park. It was on Jugette Day, not Jug Day, but it was very, very nice experience.
Actually, where we're at, thanks to Jay Wolf, in the infield judges stand or announcer's booth, we're at the bottom. If you're in the grandstand off to the right, we have our own studio, and there's a plexiglass right there. But you can just about reach out and touch them when they leave the gate.
Yeah, I don't think we're 10 feet off of the finish line.
No.
This is the second division of the 3-year-old colt pace, going for a purse of $4,814 and a blanket for this division courtesy of Jack Collins Insurance Agency. And again, the fastest of the 3 divisions getting the blanket courtesy of Batten Stevens Body Shop. Number 1 is Hey, It's Friday, owned by Mike Lee of Rudolph and Dr. Jill Dental of Delta, trained by Mike Lee, the driver Mark Hedworth. Number 2, Real Trooper had been drawn. Number 3 is Believe in Tom, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 4 is Pure Dragon, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver Nick Clegg. Number 5 is It's Time to Cody, owned by Thomas Little IV of Eastburn, New York, trained by Robbie Brooks, the driver is Clifton Bell. And number 6 is Legendary Photo, owned by Stephen Reese of Republic, Ohio, and J&R Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio, trained by Jamie Weller, the driver Rod Adams Jr. Horses will take one long score.
I'd like to say a shout out here to some of our viewers tonight on the broadcast. Dick Courtney from the Rockford, Ohio area, Michael Iflin, J.D. Varnell. J.D. Varnell says Eckerd Hill Brady, Roger Houston, and Rosie Weaver's Trotter goes to the post in race 12. About 10 p.m. at Northfield Park. I'm sure Roger will be glued to the TV there.
10, 11, something like that.
Yeah. Joe Cooper checks in. David Smith is watching. Kay Moat. Doug Spielberger. Just a few watching this evening. Well, the 5th race is the 3-year-old colt pace for $4,814. We're scratched down to a field of 5. Number 1, Hey, It's Friday. Ryan Stahl drives the 3-year-old Bay Gullah son of Down by the Seaside at $27,000 yearling purchase 2 years ago. Has 1 win and 21 starts, $24,000 lifetime. Took a mark as a 2-year-old, 156-3 at Northfield Park. Number 2 is scratched. The 3, Believe in Tom, Mark St. Louis Jr. For Jerry Migel and Steve Jerry Migel, this is a homebred. 25 lifetime starts for this year. 6 last year. That gives him 10 career wins, $77,000. 2-year-old Mark of 53-2 at Sauda Downs. The 3, Believe in Tom. 4 is Pure Dragon, Nick Clegg, Betty Clegg. 3-year-old Bay Gullah son of Fear the Dragon, a $10,000 purchase. 40 lifetime starts, has 3 wins, 2 of them this year, $26,000 lifetime, 158-4 at Northfield Park. 5, I'm meant to Cody, Clifton Bell, Robert Brooks. 12 starts, has yet to hit the board at 2,600 light time. And rounding out the field is the 6th legendary photo. Rod Adams Jr., Jamie Weller owns. Stephen Reese of Republic, JR Racing, and Rising Sun Ohio own. The 3-year-old Bagel son, a bit of a legend, was a $13,000 purchase. Has 23 career starts, is yet to find the winner's circle. Has 3 seconds and 5/3 in the career, just shy of $10,000. A qualifying mark at Northfield Park, taken last year as a 2-year-old of 2:01 and 3. Randy Haynes is watching from the Lima area. He'll be busy with the track up there. Cool Wind Farms, I'm sure Randy is getting their colts ready. The sale comes up. Before I give the date out, I better
26th of August, I think, but yeah.
Well, the Ohio Select, let me get that. The Blooded Horse sale comes up here the 26th. Now, I don't know if Cool Winds, they could have some there. A lot of them go both sales. There's actually 3, the Blooded Horse sale, the Ohio Select, and Steve Cross has the, it's in October. The Ohio, not the Ohio Select, the Ohio Classic, I guess he calls it. I want to touch on these farms and the sales here coming up sometime this evening. But Randy Haynes, not only a director of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, he's vice president now, and him and his wife Kim run Cool Wind Farms.
Here they come. They're off and pacing the first horse away at the rail is Hey, it's Friday. Dropping in their second is Believin' Tom. On the outside third is Pure Dragon. At the rail fourth is Legendary Photo. On the last horse is It's Time to Cody. I got a couple of little mix-up. They look like they're loose now. As they head over that quarter-mile mark, that's Mark St. Louis with Believin' Tom showing on top by a length and a half. Pacing in their second is Hey, it's Friday, driven by Mark Hedworth.
29 and 3.
First quarter pace in 29 and 3/5 seconds. Racing around that upper turn to come down past the stands. We have a horse to the outside of the track. It's being caught, but there is a horse at the outside of the track. Keep your horses down low. There is a horse out standing on the outside of the track there. First half pace in 1 minute and 1/5 seconds. There is a horse standing at the outside of the track, so keep your horses down at the rail. Racing down the backside over toward that 3/4 mile mark. That's Believin' Tom by about 2.5 lengths. Racing in their second is Hey, it's Friday. Moving along third is It's Time to Cody. And the last horse is Pure Dragon. Past that 3/4 mile mark. That is still Believin' Tom with the lead. 3/4 in 1:30. Believin' Tom by about 2 lengths over Hey, it's Friday. Racing third is It's Time to Cody. Fourth is Pure Dragon. And the Legendary Photo has been out of the race. As they race toward home, that's Believin' Tom and Hey, it's Friday. Past the stands, it's going to be Believin' Tom. And here the outcome. Hey, it's Friday up for place. Looks like it's going to be It's Time to Cody up for show.
159 and 4.
1 mile in 1:59 and 4/5.
I didn't get a very good look at what happened there, Doug.
No, I just caught it when I heard wheels. The crowd. I'm sure they just got hooked wheels there. Nick Clegg did finish. I don't know where he really finished for sure, but they was really strung out after that miscue there in the opening turn, but did not finish, would be the 6th Legendary Photo and Rod Adams Jr. The horse appears okay, but he did not finish the race. Our winner, the 3, Believe in Tom, probably was our post-time favorite at 3-5. Gets his 11th career win. Jerry Migel, prominent name in the harness racing business in this part of the state. 3-year-old bay go to the son of a Long Tom. Steve Novak trains. This is a homebred. Believe in Tom, the mile, 1:59 4/5. I didn't get a list of the track records. I don't know if I have that on my phone. I didn't print one off. I don't know. That could be a track record for 3-year-old trotters. I'm going to try to look it up and see if I do have that information. I'm sure Bill will pass that along if we do.
Back into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Westland, Michigan, comes number 3, Believe in Tom. Owned by Jerry Migel, trained by Steve Novak, and driven to victory this evening by Mark St. Louis Jr. First, we'll have a picture taken with this Jack Collins Insurance Agency blanket. Will go to Believe in Tom, and then the Batten Stevens Body Shop will go to the fastest of the 3 divisions at this point. Believe in Tom has a faster time than the first division. We still have a 3rd division of this race.
Okay, what's your name again?
Sarah.
Let's have a big hand here for Brian Nicole, then Steve Novak, and Mark St. Louis Jr., and Believe in Tom at the Jack Collins Insurance Agency and Batten Stevens Body Shop, the donors of the blankets.
Shepherd.
Shepherd, okay. And you are, what's your title?
Manager of the Henry.
Here are the official placings for race 5 from the top. Number 1, Hey, It's Friday was 2nd. Number 2, Real Trooper had been drawn. Number 3, Believe in Tom was the winner. Number 4, Pure Dragon was 4th. Number 5, It's Time to Cody was 3rd. And number 6, Legendary Photo did not finish. From the top it should read 2, Scratch 1, 4, 3, DNF. The first quarter was in 29 3/5. The half in 1 minute and 1/5. The 3/4 in 1:30 with a mile in 1:59 4/5.
Well, it's on to race 6, 2-year-old filly trotters for $7,030. First of 2 divisions, a field of 6 is up next. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Sarah Shepard, manager of the Henry County Event Center.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Hey kids, we invite you to join the Backstretch Buddies Club, a fun and free club for kids 12 and under who love horses and wants to be a part of harness racing in Ohio. Once you've signed up, you will be able to join Willie Winnett and exciting adventures and receive awesome surprises. Sign up today using the QR code.
We're back here at the Henry County Fair. We're joined by Sarah Shepard, the manager of the Event Center. This is something new this year. Has the Event Center been here, a new building?
Yeah, so we started construction on the building back in August of 24 and got it built within a year. And so it's a brand new multi-use facility. It's 1 acre under roof, so 43,000 square feet. We have multiple door access to be able to bring in large equipment. We had a semi in there earlier at the start of the week to bring in all of the footing for the show ring. So we have, for the week of fair, it houses all of our livestock animals.
Oh, really?
And then what we'll do throughout the year is we have trade shows, I have wedding receptions. We're looking at getting some sporting venues to be able to utilize the facilities. Really, the sky is the limit.
Oh,
so
yes.
We're thrilled about being able to bring something for our entire community to come, utilize the building year-round to gather, engage, and really bring a lot of...
so many fairs are putting buildings up like this.
Yes.
So you're the manager of the Event Center. You're actually employed by the Fair Board, per se?
Yes,
Okay.
I was hired by the Ag Society to...
Do you have anything else to do with the grounds or just mainly that building?
You know, a lot of it, I don't have that responsibility, but the decisions that the Fair Board makes has a direct impact on the success of the building that I'm responsible for booking year-round. So our Fair Board has been really engaged over the past year to really try and get as many infrastructure upgrades going, because like anything, over time, the technology changes, and you need to make those upgrades to be able to accommodate people coming in. So some of the things that our Fair Board has been aggressive in doing is we've upgraded sewer lines. We're running a new electrical primary underground line, so it runs through the entire fairground.
Okay.
Because our vision with this event center is to now make our fairgrounds year-round usable.
Yes.
So we're also putting some air conditioning and heating in our ag hall, so that makes it a more rentable space year-round for that. We've upgraded all of the racetrack lighting. The pulling track out here in the center of the infield has been upgraded. It's working. That project is currently going on. And then we've got a new electronic sign that we're going to put out front so that we can advertise all the things that are happening year-round. So lots of different opportunities.
The indoor sports that you were talking about, what are you thinking? Like indoor batting cage type stuff or soccer fields? Or
So a few people that have mentioned it to me, and it's fun. They walk into the building and they're like, oh, what can you do here? So wrestling tournaments, because you can lay out a ton of mats.
Yeah.
Pickleball's all the rage, so we
Yeah.
could easily make some pickleball. It's a concrete floor, so we've already got that finished surface that we could do a lot of things like that. You could do tumbling and cheerleading. And really, if we can get the right equipment, you could put basketball hoops and things in there and create some courts or volleyball. So,
how would people find out if the space is available? How do they contact you and see what? I mean, pricing and things like that, right?
Yep, that's all forthcoming, and we're evolving through that. Our primary goal, because we had less than a year to build this building, was to make sure we were ready for fair, because we had to put all the animals in it. Accomplished that goal, so now we're working on, we have a website, which is www.henrycountyfairgrounds.com. And that will take you to everything about the Henry County Fair, but then it also has a landing page for everything about the event center. So there's a calendar on there that shows all the events that we have going on. My contact information is on there. You can reach out with a little inquiry and say, hey, I'm interested, and then I can reach out with you directly and we can talk about that. We've got some customizable packages, so we're kind of renting it based on what size square foot do you need, and then what other amenities do you need along with it. So the price can kind of vary. You tell me what you need for your event, and then we can work on finding a price point for both of us.
Now, you mentioned livestock is in there, correct?
Correct.
Is this a cement floor or okay?
All concrete floor.
All concrete. I'm sure proper drainage considered for that kind of.
Around the outside of the building is all wash racks, so you can bring your animals, and it's all around the perimeter of the building.
So would you rent that building out in the off season, like for a wedding or anything? Really?
I've got 3 weddings booked already. I've got 2 trade shows. And we're hoping that we can do some livestock throughout the winter months as well, because it's all an under-roof indoor facility. I've got Corevac heating in the ceiling, so I can keep it tempered and comfortable in there for the winter months.
Is livestock auctions an option?
We've talked about that too. Some sales that would go on, that individuals would be interested in purchasing their animals before the fair season kicks in, and 4-H projects and all that. So absolutely. Again, the sky's the limit. Really, someone can come to me with an idea, and the question is not can we do it. It's like, well, how can we do it?
Yeah. We're going to have a post parade, and we'll be back here shortly to talk to you, Sarah.
Second division of the 2-year-old filly trot. going for a purse of $7,030. And a blanket this division courtesy of Kurt's Ace Hardware and Kurt's Ace Hardware and Glass. And the faster of the two divisions getting the blanket in memory of Fred and Char Freppel. Number 1 is Cruisin' Daisy, owned by Debbie Farrington of Richwood, Ohio, trained and driven by Don Feaster. Number 2 is Man, I'm Sassy, owned by Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio, and Hagerman Racing of Mount Vernon, Ohio, trained by Herman Hagerman, the driver Emmanuel Miller. Number 3 is Tom's Queen, owned by Heartland Acres of Wahonding, Ohio, Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, and Cabby D LLC of Hudson, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 4 is Bianca, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver Nick Clegg. Number 5 is 10 Times Harder, owned by Chris Beaver and Carolina Acosta of Radnor, Ohio, Steve Z. Handler of Worthington, Ohio, and Leo Fleming of Campbellville, Ontario, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver Clifton Bell. And number 6 is Hillcat, owned by Bruce and Dalton Walls of Greenville, Ohio, and Gina Boolman of Westerville, Ohio, trained by Bruce Walls, the driver Pierce Henry. Horses will take.
Well, there you had the post parade. We're joined by Sheriff Shepard, the manager of the Henry County Fair Event Center. You was asking where this broadcast goes out. We're with the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Have you ever been around harness racing much at all?
I've watched it on the sidelines, enjoyed doing that, and my grandfather had racing horses when I was younger, so I was itty-bitty when I was really around.
Who would that be?
His name was Ted Boffman. It was...
I know the name.
Many years ago.
Yes. Well, I've been around. I call races, and I do this for 56 years.
Okay.
Just to explain to you, you look at this, how we got involved. The Ohio Harness Horseman Facebook page came around the year of COVID. As we was mentioning off air, 6, 8, 10, 12 fairs got their fair in before Governor DeWine shut it down with COVID. So then he's big into agriculture, and he knew a lot of horsemen that would take away their living. So you could have racing, but you could have no fans. Owners couldn't even come. So the Ohio Harness Horseman is the first in this 50 states. There's some that follow now, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Indiana. They cover on Facebook also, but Ohio was the first to offer it for their owners to be able to watch the year of COVID, and it just was a hit. You can have people buy into horses in Ohio and be watching it. We have people out in the middle of the ocean watching.
Awesome.
From different countries. Matt, where are all they from? You know better than I do.
Italy, Germany, Norway, Sweden, Australia, all over. It's pretty cool.
Can't get enough of this harness racing.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it's like explaining to you, you see this purse here, a total purse of $14,000. Well, that doesn't come from the fair board. The fair board gets $15,000. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this. If you have 2 nights of racing, that is to pay for your officials, your starting gate, your photo finish, your announcer, your judges, and then each stake race there would be 8 different gates, 2-year-old filly trotters, 2-year-old filly pacers, total of 8. They got to put 5. So this $14,000 purse, all it cost the fair board was $500. The rest of this, you could say, is Ohio casino money, and from the Ohio agriculturists, different things that contribute to that purse. So when people see this $14,000 total purse, it actually, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, only cost the fair board $500. So
I wanted to ask, do you own the tractors that they're working the track with, or are those donated? Do you know? Because they are very nice. There's some really nice equipment working on this track tonight.
I think that's local donors that are willing to support some of the ag businesses here in the county, and know that they can do a great job for us, and we can do a great job marketing for them.
Yes. That's what it's all about. Let's go to Bill Peters. Give us a call of the 6th.
John Ingham has called the 2-year-old filly trotters in here for race 6. Cruisin' Daisy moves in at the rail. Then comes Man, I'm Sassy, Tom's Queen, Bianca with 10 Times Harder on the outside. Hillcat is the trailer. Here they come. The year off and trotting the first horse away is Bianca. On the outside, second is 10 Times Harder. At the rail, third is Cruisin' Daisy. Slipping through at the rail, fourth is Hillcat. On the outside, fifth, that is Me and I'm Sassy. And the last horse is Tom's Queen. As they make the turn now, heading down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark. Flying up on the outside now is Man I'm Sassy, driven by Emmanuel Miller to take the lead. Dropping back second, that's 10 times harder, driven by Clifton Bell. Racing third, down the backside is Bianca, driven by Nick Clegg. In there fourth is Cruisin' Daisy, driven by Don Feaster. Racing fifth, Hillcat, driven by Pierce Henry. And the last horse around that turn is Tom's Queen, driven by Drew Neal.
31 and 4.
First quarter trotted in 31 and 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time. That is still Man I'm Sassy with the lead. Racing second is 10 times harder. Moving up on the outside third now comes Tom's Queen. At the rail fourth is Bianca. Fifth is Cruisin' Daisy, and the last horse is Hillcat.
103 and 2.
First half trotted in 103 and 2/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. Man I'm Sassy goes off stride. Taking over is Tom's Queen. Moving up second is 10 times harder. Also off stride now goes Bianca. Now trotting up to be third is Hillcat. Moving up fourth is Cruisin' Daisy. As they head down the backside now over to that 3/4 mile mark. With the lead is Tom's Queen. Racing second is 10 times harder, and moving in there third is Hillcat.
134 and 2.
3/4 in 134 and 2/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Tom's Queen with the lead by about 2.5 lengths. Racing second, 10 times harder. Hillcat is third, Cruisin' Daisy moving fourth. As they race for home, that's Tom's Queen. Closing fast on the outside is 10 times harder. Tom's Queen and 10 times harder. Tom's Queen at the rail, 10 times harder on the outside. Tom's Queen, 10 times harder. Up for show is Hillcat.
205 and 4.
A mile in 2:05 and 4/5. Close to the end there between Tom's Queen and 10 times harder.
2:05 and 4 for the winner. Tom's Queen, Drew Neal, Rosie Weaver, to obey Philip a long time. Matt, I believe she's coming off a track record at Croton for Filly Trotters on Saturday.
Really? Looked like
yes. She made a break, I believe, leaving.
Looked like she handled these pretty easy.
Yes. So a decent crowd, nice crowd for the races.
Yes, the heat has been a little punishing for us this week.
Yes. Well, your Fair Board president was up here, Josh, not too long before you, and we talked and agreed heat is better than rain.
I do agree with that.
But heat can drive people away also.
Yep. One of the things that we have in our new event centers, we have 6 overhead fans, large circulating air fans. It's pretty comfortable over there. So if you're needing to cool off when you guys are done, I just walk right down here through the midway, and we've got 5 exhaust fans and the overhead fans going, and we've been able to keep it very comfortable for the animals. We've not had any issues with the heat and the animals the entire week, which is really good. So that was one of the things that we made very specific when we designed it, is to make sure that we could house the animals safely.
What event did you say was going on this evening, right now?
So we're doing Showman of Showmen. So all of the senior-aged participants that won their species all compete against each other, and they have to show all the other species.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll introduce our winner here. We're going to touch on a few other things before we let you go.
Down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Walhonding, Beach City, and Hudson, Ohio, comes number 3, Tom's Queen. Owned by Heartland Acres, Rosie Weaver, Cappy D LLC, trained by Rosie Weaver, and driven to victory this evening by Drew Neal. Now the Kurtz Ace Hardware and Glass blanket is being presented to Tom's Queen. They also have a picture of the blanket in memory of Fred and Char Frappel, but that will go to the winner of the first division, Lynn Range. Let's have a big hand here for Drew Neal and Tom's Queen. And the Kurtz Ace Hardware and Glass, the donors of the blanket.
Get a rundown here shortly. Notice coming up this way tonight, I'm from Salina. We've been getting all summer long till about 2 weeks ago. We haven't had any rain, 5, 6, 7 inches of rain here in the last couple of weeks. Now we could use another nice shower, but it's dry up this way.
Yes, we've been not having a whole lot. Well, and it would come in little segments enough that it would screw up everybody's hay cutting around here.
Okay.
Not enough to really thrive a lot of the crops, but enough to mess up the hay cutting. So.
Judges apparently discussing something to mix up back there. Back to your event center. Will the cattle be in there yet tomorrow then?
So tomorrow's the last day of our fair, and we house the livestock sale for all the 4-H market exhibitors tomorrow. So that starts at 9 o'clock in our event center. And we run through all the species. Usually we wrap that up about 3:30 or 4, and then everyone's free to take their animals home.
Now that is just cattle, or is there...
In the building right now is beef and dairy cattle on the west side.
Okay.
And then we have a set of bleachers, 2 sets of bleachers that hold 800 people, and then a show ring. And then on the east side of the building, we have our swine, our goats, and our sheep in there. We have a separate building for rabbits and a separate building for poultry.
Swine, I know somebody, one of my friends, his son is in show hogs in that. And I can't, but we'll get to run down here.
Cruisin' Daisy was 4th. Number 2, Man I'm Sassy, finished 5th, was placed 6th for interference while on a break just past the half-mile mark. Number 3, Tom's Queen was a winner. Number 4, Bianca, finished 6th, was placed 5th. Number 5, 10 Times Harder was 2nd. And number 6, Hillcat was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 31 4/5. The half was in 103 2/5. The 3 quarters in 134 2/5, with a mile in 205 4/5. From the top, it should read.
But I was touching on the swine, the hogs. They're big into that. I talked to them. They gave $15,000 for a little one. I just didn't realize that they spent this kind of money, and they sell them for big money and breeding.
Yep, that show circuit is hot right now, and that's every species. You can drop as much money as you'd like on a steer or a heifer. You can do the same thing for goats, sheep, and swine.
What would your grand champion roughly bring? Just to figure, what did it bring?
That's a good. You're putting me on the spot here because I'm usually working behind the scenes. I have kids as well, so we're always trying to get ready for the sale and all that. There's a bunch of really generous sponsors in this community, and sometimes they all pool together. So at the end of the bid, they're reading off, 50 numbers of all the different businesses and things like that. So I don't know. I don't think I can give you an educated guess.
But it's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
Pretty good number for that 4-H kid.
Yep. We had a really cool moment, heartbreaking but very touching. Maybe we're really proud to be a part of this community. But one of the exhibitors, her father was killed in an accident the week of fair last year. Every single bidder in that room put up their number, and the silence and the deafening just impact of their arms around this child who just lost her father was unbelievable. So it's a community it's a community that supports their youth.
4-H is great.
Yep,
It
absolutely.
just teaches kids about life and everything.
So many real life lessons learned in the show ring and outside the show ring.
Not so much about winning. You want to win, but
how to lose.
How to lose.
And how to lose and how to take feedback.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, we thank you, Sarah, for stopping by and joining us, and we'll be back next year and stop by again.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I can tell you about all the great events we've had in the event center next year.
Maybe I'll get here next year early and stop by.
Please come on over. Everybody's welcome.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Sarah Shepard, manager of the Henry County Event Center. Matt, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and look at the 7th race right after this.
Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
We're back, getting ready for the 7th race, I believe, here at Napoleon, the Henry County Fair. Said we was going to touch on some of our horse sales coming up, but big race coming up, 5 days of Delaware in Little Brown Jug Week. Matt will be there. If you've never been to the Jug, you better get there. It should be on your bucket list. It goes Sunday the 14th, Monday the 15th, and Tuesday the 16th, the 1 o'clock post. Jugette Day goes on Wednesday the 17th with a noon post. Jug on the 18th on a Thursday with an 11 o'clock post. We're going to get a post parade, and we're going to touch on how you can get Jug tickets if you have any interest.
Going for a purse of $800 and a blanket courtesy of Meister & Associates. Number 1 is Gulf Coast, owned and trained by Randy Ferris of Rockwood, Michigan, the driver Christina Johnson. Number 2 is Headbanger, owned by Hayter Stables LLC of Temperance, Michigan, trained by Greg Bateson, the driver Jennifer Main. Number 3 is SP Dancing with Stars, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg, the driver Mary Burkholdt. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate. There's win and exacta wagering only in race 7, but divvy double on races 7 and 8.
Up next is our Springhaven Farm Lady Driving Series, a field of 3. We're going to touch a little bit on the 5 days of Delaware that we'll be covering. We'll be live on set there at Delaware, Ohio. The Jug, as we mentioned, goes through Sunday the 14th through Thursday the 18th. If you want to purchase some seats, grandstand seats for Thursday start at $30. Box seats all week start at $80 each. They have hospitality tents, the backstretch tent, top of the stretch tent, pavilion tent. They range anywhere on Jugette Day from $180 to Jug Day $265. Both days $375. That's what I call the clubhouse tent in the first turn, the pavilion tent. Top of the stretch tent, I've sat there before. That's great. $60 for Jugette Day. Jug Day $100. Backstretch, it runs the same, $60 and $100. Hospitality tent includes drinks, buffet lunch, TVs, and much more. So if you have any interest, you can call the Delaware County Fair at 740-362-3851 or 800-DEL-FAIR. That's 800-DEL-FAIR. So make plans to attend this year's Little Brown Jug. We'd like to thank our fine sponsors, Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, DAC Vitamin, Dublin Valley Farm, thestable.ca, Midland Acres, Power Play Farm, Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Hickory Lane Farm. Just some of the fine sponsors bringing you tonight's action. Matt, as we talked to Randy Haynes, checked in earlier from Cool Wind Farms. He's our vice president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association. Him and his wife, Kim, they're one of our prime sponsors. Midland Acres, they're all getting ready for sale. Hickory Lane Farm, some hot stallions. Midland Acres, Suma Kalade just stands out. He's a hot ticket item, I'm sure, at the sale this fall, as well as In Range. We saw an In Range tonight.
Yeah.
And in range is at Hickory Lane Farm in Findlay.
Really going to shake things up this year.
Yes.
We're down by the seaside has kind of been real predominant in the hot
He's going to have some
ticket
competition
item.
this year.
It sure is, yep.
And
I drove past Randy and Kim's place a couple days ago. Very nice looking place.
You know, I've never been there.
I just drove past. It's very nice.
How far is it from the fairgrounds?
I couldn't tell you. I came from down by Urbana's. Actually, I was coming back from Urbana, so I just drove past it.
I've been wanting to get to all of them. I'm in Washington Courthouse. I should stop and see Midland Acres. Well, we're getting set for this 3-horse field, the Ladies Driving Series, sponsored by Springhaven Farms. Christina Johnson, Jennifer Main, and Mary Burkhold. Let's send it over to Bill Peters.
Here they come. They're off and pacing the first horse away at the rail is Gulf Coast. On the outside second is SB Dancing with Stars. At the rail third is Headbanger. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Mary Burkhold now moves SP Dancing with Stars up on the outside to gain command. At the rail second is Gulf Coast, driven by Christina Johnson. And the last horse is Headbanger, driven by Jennifer May. Heading down that backside, that's SP Dancing with Stars with the lead. Racing in their second is Gulf Coast, and third is Headbanger. Past that quarter-mile mark, that's still SP Dancing with Stars with the lead. First quarter paced in 29 3/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's SP Dancing with Stars with the lead by about 2.5 lengths. Racing second is Gulf Coast with Headbanger in their third. No change as they race down toward the half. That's Mary Burkhold and SP Dancing with Stars bringing the horses down toward the half. About 2.5 lengths back second is Gulf Coast, and then comes Headbanger. Past the half-mile mark, that's SP Dancing with Stars with the lead. Gulf Coast races second with Headbanger third.
101 and 3.
First half paced in 101 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is SP Dancing with Stars. The closest horse second is Gulf Coast with Headbanger racing in their third. No change heading down that backside. That's SP Dancing with Stars now by about 4 lengths. Gulf Coast racing second. Headbanger moving up on the outside now, getting in high gear. Past that 3/4 mile mark.
34 and 2.
3/4 in 134 2/5. That's SP Dancing with Stars with the lead. Headbanger is second and gaining with every stride, and Gulf Coast is racing third. Racing around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's SP Dancing with Stars and Gulf Coast. Headbanger. SP Dancing with Stars and Headbanger as they race toward home. Gulf Coast racing third. Past the stands, it's going to be SP Dancing with Stars. And here the outcome. Headbanger up for second. Up for third is Gulf Coast.
205.
1 mile and 2:05.
.205. SP Dancing with the Stars had it her way. Mary Burkhold, Betty Clegg, 4-year-old bay mare, but Dancing Yankee. 15th career win. I believe that's about $99,000 in lifetime earnings for the winner. SP Dancing with the Stars. I thought Bill, I knew he'd give fractions of 29 3, 101 3. I thought he said 24 2, and I thought, wow. But it was 34 2, so 10 seconds. But this, she had it her way the whole way. SP Dancing with the Stars. No, I haven't either. I think Bill handles that. Yes. I do have, talking about standings, this is just an update. Hank Levan had a pretty comfortable lead over Drew Neal, but tables have turned here. I believe Hank's got a little bit of an edge now. Hank got the last update here, but this has changed since last night tonight. 67 for Drew Neal, 61 for Hank. I'm guessing when this was updated, Hank has not got any more than 61 wins since he was at Scioto last night and not here tonight. Drew Neal, I'm sure, had a few wins last night. He's got one tonight, so Drew's probably got a 10-win advantage roughly over Hank. Jeff Neishunger with 48. Neishunger closing in on that magic number, 4,000 career wins. Oh, yes. 53, yes. Yeah. As I was mentioning earlier, as we were mentioning, so many of these county fair drivers and that we see locally are racing in the Buckeye Stallion Series this year. Yes. Yes. Yep.
Pennsylvania comes number 3, SP Dancing with Stars, owned by Kimber Clegg, trained by Betty Clegg, and driven to victory this evening by Mary Burkhold. The blanket for this race is courtesy of Meister and Associates. Let's have a big hand here for Betty Clegg, Mary Burkhold, and SP Dancing with Stars, and the Meister and Associates, the donors of the blanket.
62-year-old Mary
Gulf
Burkhold.
Coast was third. Number 2, Headbanger was second. And number 3, SP Dancing with Stars was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 3/5. The half was in 101 3/5. The 3 quarters in 134 2/5, with a mile in 2:05. From the top it should read 3-2-1, a mile in 2:05.
Well, Matt, up next, 8th race, 3-year-old filly Pacers for $6,810. Cinderbella, play-on-player, Pink Jammy, section line Flame. Jewel Set and Whiskey Hill, full gate of 6. We'll be back to take a look at that 8th race right after this.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the cool winds of November.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
We're back, Doug.
We are back, Matt, getting ready for the 8th. I was trying to look up some sale information here. One of our sponsors there was Cool Wind Farms. We mentioned Randy and Kim Haynes. They'll be getting their yearlings ready, and Randy helping with a track there at Allen County. Mm-hmm. Did you get to Allen County? You're at Hicksville. You never get to Lima, do you?
I did a couple years ago. It's a very nice fair, real nice grandstand.
Score 8 wide.
Yeah, but yeah, I typically get the call over at Hicksville. So Kevin Schmiedebusch, who usually is
I'm sure
one
he's
of our loyal
tonight.
fans.
Yep.
Yeah, he's big in fair board over there, and helps out with a lot of stuff too, and really promotes the fair and promotes harness racing.
I want to touch on some of our sponsors. Cool Wind Farms I'm going to bring up, and I don't want to leave anybody out. It might not be tonight, but Midland Acres, one of our prime sponsors, Hickory Lane, another prime sponsor, and Cool Wind Farms, just so we just had their commercial. They stand Southwind Aussie, Dancin' Yankee. If I recall, Dancin' Yankee won a the Regal probably 8-10 years ago, maybe not that long. Western Fame, they'll be selling a lot of their horses at the Ohio Select Sale. Midland Acres, their 2025 stallions. TCI, Zuma Kalade, as we mentioned, should be a hot ticket. Ready for Money, Bit of a Legend, Monty Mickey, and of course Long Tom.
When I was down in Urbana, I made a visit to a few of the breeding farms, and one thing that really stuck out to me that I never really understood was the scope of work at one of those places. I mean, it seems real easy on the surface. You know, you breed a mare, a while later she has a baby, you sell the baby. Yep. But, I mean, those babies are, horses are not self-sufficient animals. They can be, but not performance horses. I mean, they take a lot of care. It's almost like a human that's not very smart and accident prone, you know, and then multiply that times 100 that you have to take care of basically every day. They're out there tearing each other up, tearing up the farm. You know, there's a ton of repairs, mowing, feeding, all kinds of things that I never imagined. And the amount of work that goes in at those breeding farms is amazing.
Hickory Lane Farms will be in Findlay about a week and a half. Maybe we can get Brad Wallace on one night. Hickory Lane Farms, they got their list. They'll be selling at the Ohio Select. We mentioned In Range, their hot ticket this year.
Yep.
Going for a purse of $6,810 and a blanket this division courtesy of Shears of Napoleon, and the faster of the two divisions getting the blanket courtesy of Okolona Metal and Iron. Number 1 is Cinderbella, owned by Gary Gillen of Malin, Ohio, trained by Chad Williamson. The driver is Pierce Hendry. Number 2 is Play On Player, owned and trained by Kurt Kane of Adrian, Michigan. The driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 3 is Pink Jammies, owned by Heartland Acres of Walhonding, Ohio, and Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver. The driver is Drew Neal. Number 4 is Section Line Flame, owned by Hagerman Racing of Mount Vernon, Ohio, and Charles Reeve of Broadview Heights, Ohio, trained by Herman Hagerman. The driver is Nick Clegg. Number 5 is Jewel Said, owned, trained and driven by Ed Conrad of Perrysburg. Number 6 is Whiskey Hill, owned and trained by Robbie Brooks of Van Loo. The driver, Clifton Bell. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate. Mutuendo's closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Quinella wagering here in this race.
A few others checking in. Mark Reinhardt, Scott Tarleton, Joe Cooper. David Smith is watching. J.D. Varnell. Rosie Weaver's watching in the barn area.
Doug, we've got Rod Adams Jr. sitting next to you here.
I don't know you
Nice
now, but I know you when you have your colors on.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
I look a little different without the colors.
Yes, everybody does.
Yeah.
I'll walk by people, and I just met somebody at the Shelby County Fair a couple weeks ago. Can't remember who it is right now, but I saw it on his trailer, you know, the name, who it was. I went up to him. I said, I'm not stuck up, but I don't know you without your colors. So we had a little incident over there. You got tangled up. Everything's okay?
Yeah, horse is okay. The bike did not make it out of that, but horse is okay. I'm okay. As far as I know, Nick's horse is okay, and Nick's all right. You know, he's back on the track.
Yes.
How bad's the bike? Is it repairable or just
no?
Like
the wheel locked up on me and broke.
Okay.
And the shaft bent a little bit, so that bike is done.
What's a new bike run nowadays?
A lot of money.
I know, but I know they always have been. But
all in, you're looking at a new bike, roughly $5,000.
Now there is insurance on that, correct?
Yeah. Yep. That's through the OHHA.
Yes, I'm gonna let you lead on that. I knew it was. I don't know a whole lot about it, but that's one thing the OHHA offers. What does it take to get that insurance?
It's real simple, actually. So when you buy the bike, you just contact the OHHA, give them the serial number of the bike, and they just get it registered for you. And if anything happens on the track where, you know, something like today, they cover a portion of the cost of the bike. And if it can be repaired, awesome. If not, then they'll give you at least something to replace it.
So there's no, that's just being a member. That's no extra premium you have to pay.
Right. That's part of being a member.
So the OHHA does offer a lot of great services.
Oh, absolutely. As far as associations go for Horsemen, OHHA is the premier association in the country, in North America. There's nobody that's even close to what they do for us here in Ohio.
So without your colors, I take it you got the rest of the night off now?
Yep, I'm done. Had a cold beverage. Actually, when I went down over there in the first turn, there was a group of people that offered me a beer on the track. So I had to decline at that point.
Yes.
But, it is what it is.
So what's your next stop now?
Northfield Saturday and Hicksville next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call of the 3-year-old Filly Pacers.
Here they come. Have a recall. Recall.
Was made a little miscue there. I don't know if that's who it's going to be charged to, if he got behind the trailer or what, but she was off stride. A few years ago, did you come out before I really even heard much about Facebook? Were you at Greenville one night?
Yes.
I thought you were.
Yep, yeah. I was doing broadcasting before Matt started doing OHHA broadcasts.
Because we started.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He was there one night. I can remember covering the big night, the Regal.
Yep, I covered the Regal with Kenter Penning that night.
Okay, that's right, Kenter Penning. You're right.
And, we were doing, at that point, NahooPicks.com was doing every big race across the country in North America, really.
Okay.
We were everywhere throughout the entire summer. I mean, I think in 2018 we made 19 different trips across North America to different racetracks, everywhere from Running Aces to Woodbine Mohawk Park to the Meadowlands and down to Greenville.
Well, you're very well spoken. Good driver, good broadcaster, I would say.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
There's other people that disagree with you.
Well,
including my girlfriend.
I was going to say, where's Jamie Lee now? How many do you guys have over at Tiffin now? It's Tiffin, right?
Yep, we're
Seneca
at Tiffin.
County, yeah.
We're down on horses right now. Actually, we got 8 in the barn and another 10 at home. And we got a couple to bring in still that are ready to start going. But, it's been a long summer. Summer is real busy time for us. So
now, will you race some older horses at Northfield this winter?
Yeah.
Is that the direction you'll go instead of
we got mostly
Dayton? Will you
3-year-olds.
head to Dayton or Miami Valley at all?
Oh, yeah, we race at Dayton a lot. We do really well at Dayton. For whatever reason, our horses seem to get over that track really well.
So how far a trip would that be to Dayton from Tiffin?
About 2 hours.
2 hours, which is not bad. It's a good road.
Yeah.
You just jump on 75,
Yep.
30 to 75.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, take 2 for the 3-year-old Filly Pacers. Let's send it over to Bill to try it again.
Here they come. They're off and pacing the first horse away along the rail is Cinderella. On the outside second is Play On Player. 3 wide is Pink Jammies. At the rail fourth is Whiskey Hill. Moving up fifth is Section Line Flame. And the last horse is Jewel Said. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter mile mark, Mark St. Louis has Play On Player on top by 1 length. On the outside second, that is Pink Jammies, driven by Drew Neal. Racing at the rail third, that's Cinderella, driven by Pierce Henry. Fourth is Whiskey Hill, driven by Clifton Bell. Racing in there fifth, down the backside is Section Line Flame, driven by Nick Clegg. The last horse, Jewel Said, driven by Ed Conrad. First quarter paced in 29 and 1/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. That's Play On Player along the rail will lead with Pink Jammies pouring on the pressure on the outside second. Cinderella sits in there third. Fourth is Whiskey Hill. Racing fifth is Section Line Flame, and the last horse, Jewel Said. Past the half-mile mark, that's Play On Player along the rail with the lead with Pink Jammies on the outside second, Cinderella third, followed by Whiskey Hill fourth, and on the outside fifth, Section Line Flame, followed by Jewel Said.
58 and 3.
First half pace in 58 and 3/5 seconds, and only about 4 lengths separate all 6 fillies as they head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. That's Pink Jammies now sticking her nose out in front. Coming back second along the rail is Play on Player. And 3-4 wide down the backside comes Jewel Said, pacing fast as the ball. Jewel Said now takes over. Pink Jammies in second. Along the rail third. That's Play on Player. Cinderella fourth. Section Line Flame on the outside fifth. And Whiskey Hill last.
130 and 1.
3/4 and 130 and 1/5. That's Jewel Said with the lead. Moving up on the outside second now is Pink Jammies as they race toward home. That's Jewel Said, Pink Jammies, and Section Line Flame as they race through the lane. Jewel Said and Pink Jammies. It's going to be Jewel Said, and here the outcome. Cinderella up for place with Section Line Flame for show.
201 and 4.
A mile in 2:01 and 4/5. And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Perrysburg, Ohio, comes number 5, Jewel Said. Owned, trained to victory by Ed Conrad. Now, Jewel Said will receive both of these blankets. This is a faster division, so she will also receive the Okolona Metal and Iron for the faster of the two divisions with the Shears of Napoleon blanket for this winning this second division. So both of these blankets will go to Jewel Said.
She doesn't stop.
Let's have a big hand here for Ed Conrad, Wasika Lauder, and Jewel Said.
We had an old horse from our area in Salina, probably before your time, called Quetzal. I don't know. Just a condition pacer at the fairs and get in cheap at a raceway in the fall after the fairs were over. But she was a trotting bred mare. She was
the official placings for race 8 from the top. Number 1, Cinderella was second. Number 2, Play on Player was 6th. Number 3, Pink Jammies was 4th. Number 4, Section Line Flame was 3rd. Number 5, Jewel Said was a winner. Number 6, Whiskey Hill was 5th. Time of the first quarter was 29 and 1/5. The half was in 58 and 3/5. The 3/4 in 130 and 1/5. With a mile in 2:01 and 4/5. From the top, it should read 2:64.315. A mile in 2:01 and 4/5.
Name was Quetzal, Bruce Schmidt. I don't know if you know the name Bruce. He don't drive much anymore. He used to drive quite a bit at the fairs. I don't even know if he has driven a race this year at the fairs. I don't believe he has. But they had her. She was bred accidentally. I don't know what farm it was, to a horse called Pacing Boy. She was trotting. Her dam was a world champion at Delaware. But somehow she got bred to this pacer. So it was a pretty good price. I'm going to say $35,000 that sold for as a yearling. And wouldn't trot a lick. So they did the blood work, and the Schmidts somehow bought her. Mike Schmidt, Bruce Schmidt, their father Arlen. And I want to say she won 90-some races. But that reminded me of that Jewel Said would not stop in the winner's circle. You just had to. They had to have the blanket hanging up, and she would drive right behind it. Hope the photographer would get it at the right time.
Yeah. And that's funny because horses that win 90 races, you would think at some point.
Yeah, you would think they would like the winner. So yeah.
But they don't seem to do it. If they don't want to do it, they're not going to. I mean, horses have brains too.
Yep. Oh, that's what Matt and I was talking earlier about some of these. For instance, the one about the first race maybe, Pierce Henry Trotter that he owns, Dharma Fall owns part of, finished second tonight. You could just see this horse about its 5th start. These 2-year-old trotters start to get better about right now. Because these, especially a filly trotter, you take them away from home the first time, they're a nervous wreck, and now this is 5th, 6th, 7th time. They know what's going on.
Yeah, like my trotting filly's the same way. She and Matt actually told me he likes my trotting filly back 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They seem to, especially the ones that were foaled later in the year. The mid to late Mays, early Junes. Those ones seem to take a little bit longer to kind of get the cue to do things correctly. Yeah. But when they do, they really surprise people because, they might show speed training down for 6 months, and they might show that ability, but sometimes they just don't pop out of that shell right away.
Talking about these 2-year-olds, we touched earlier on the sales coming up, Ohio Select, Buckeye Classic, Blooded Horse Sale. The books will be coming out shortly. Have you got your eyes on some?
Yeah.
You have some homebreds, though, right?
Yeah, we've got some homebreds. Yearlings, we've got just one at home, and that's it for yearlings. But I've got my eyes on a few at the blooded sale. We'll see when the pre-jug sale, select sale comes out, and the Buckeye is the next one after that. We'll look at those books too and talk to owners and see if they want to partner on some horses and stuff like that. And it's a yearly process for us.
Yes. Yeah, it starts with a year. It just goes. It's a revolving door.
Yeah, it never stops. And you go from buying the yearlings to. By the way, the rain stopped already. You go from buying the yearlings to breaking them and training them and getting them acclimated to doing things correctly, and then you start racing, and before you know it, you're back to the yearling sales.
Yep. Getting back, like say you have a good 3-year-old that can compete at the fairs. Get first, second, and third, make you $20,000. That's a good year.
Yeah.
But that next level, that as a 4-year-old, word isn't hard for them to compete.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's very easy for them to compete. It really depends on the path they've taken and their true ability. Because you look at a horse like the one I've got, actually, the one raced tonight, Call Me Over the Hill. She was not raced at 2. She soared up early in her 2-year-old year, and we trained her down a little bit, and she just got sore on us, so we turned her out, and she got a long turnout, came back and trained down very, very well for us this year. And so far she's got, I think after tonight, she's got 12 lifetime starts, and she's hit the board in 8 or 9 of them.
You had one last year that only had a few starts. It raced early at Dayton. Give me the name. It won first or second week and paid some nice money. I like to go to Dayton. That's only 70 miles down the road. I'm finished with my fairs, unless I fill in for Barry at Dayton on occasion. But I go down there twice a week to watch. I'm pretty sure you was doing the driving.
Bit crazy.
Yes.
Yep.
I had 2 across, paid pretty good one night.
Yeah, she
in the first or second race, I believe, because I was mad I didn't play her in the double.
Yeah, and she actually beat one of Janie, which is Jamie's my girlfriend. She beat Janie's horse.
Were they both in the same race?
Yep.
Okay, maybe that's how it was. You're right.
Beat her by a nose.
Yes, a bit crazy.
Actually, a bit crazy. She was our prize 2-year-old a couple of years ago. She won all 10 of her starts at the fairs.
Okay.
And broke the points record for the fair conference.
Okay.
And she broke a sesamoid at Upper Sandusky.
I was there. I cannot believe that's where it happened because she is just a gutsy filly.
Yeah, and she was, 25 lengths off at the half?
Yeah.
And she swooped them and won easy. And I never even asked her to go. I mean, I was grabbing into her at the 3/4 pole, so I didn't have to go 5 wide. and I ended up having to do that anyways. But yeah, she was so good at 2, and then of course, you know, something like that happens, and she actually ended up breaking a second sesamoid after that.
Well, here we're going to have the post parade for the 9th Signature Series for 4-year-olds and up.
Elevator. Number 1 is Gold Chocolate. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old, by M. Gorgeous out of Chocolate Beach by Sweet Lou. All by Gary Gullen and Molena, trained by Chad Williamson, driven this evening by Mark Hedworth. Lifetime earnings over $2,000. Number 2 is a Moore Cruiser. He's a bay gelding, 7 years old, by Yankee Cruiser out of Trey Crest by Towner's Big Guy. All by Mary Burkhold of Columbus, trained and driven by Harrison Levan. Lifetime earnings over $129,000. A lifetime mark 152 1/5. Number 3 is Hard for One Guy. He's a brown gelding, 4 years old, by Fear the Dragon out of Gracie's Parade by Royal Majesty. Owned, trained and driven by Harvey Hirschberger, Worcester, Ohio. Lifetime earnings over $59,000. A lifetime mark 155 3/5. Number 4 is Boozer. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old, by Huntsville out of Whiskey A Go-Go by Well Said. Owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania. Trained by Betty Clegg. Driven this evening by Nick Clegg. Lifetime earnings over $156,000. A lifetime mark 152 1/5. Number 5 is Born to Ramble. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old, by Stay Hungry out of Burlesque by Mach 3. Owned, trained and driven by Rick Miller of Defiance. Lifetime earnings over $106,000. A lifetime mark 153 3/5. Number 6, Cherokee Joe A, has been drawn. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate. Neutral windows closing in.
Thinking of the Signature Series here, Matt. I remember last year Ashley was here, and we were talking. Oh boy, can't think of his name. The horse went to Canada. Who was the big?
Turek Seelster.
Turek Seelster. Turek Seelster. He was making it. Was I forget if he won. It would have been a lot of wins. I forget what it was, but I think he just got photoed out. An exciting finish here, but we get some nice old horses. Yeah,
because it was dark.
Yeah, it was dark. You're exactly right.
It was very dark, and I was standing over there getting a hamburger, and they were getting ready to go to the gate. I was like, all right, give me my hamburger. Let's go. I want to watch this race. And it was a close race, too.
It was very close. Yes.
I think it was a nose finish.
Yes.
Or something like that. You know, it was real close. But this race is one of the more fun races to watch at the fairs.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Because it's the older class horses that have made a bunch of money for the most part.
Yes.
And they just race. That's what they do. They love doing it. And these guys, most of the time, like you'll see one or two every single Signature Series where the trainer's driving or the owner's driving, and that really makes it fun to watch because those guys are out there having as much fun as the horses, you know.
The Turek Seelster was a fixture for 4 or 5 years in this event, and I've heard he's in Canada now. I don't know if he's still.
Yeah, I did see him race, I believe, at Northfield maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Catch Me Conrad was his nemesis out here.
Yes.
Those two used to battle it out for 2-3 years out here on the Signature Series.
And somebody else beat both of them here last year. And I can't remember the horse's name now, but I remember that. Yep. It wasn't Catch Me Conrad beating Turek Seelster. It was somebody else.
Turek Seelster was second in a very tight photo.
Was it maybe Surfing the Canyon?
Yeah, that's who it was.
Well, it could have been very well been, yeah. Well, Surfing the Canyon, my God, he was unreal last year.
Yeah.
What he did at Delaware that day.
Yeah.
Yes, out of Post 8 or something at Delaware. Back in the day when I first started calling races, our stake races, the fillies would race against the colts.
Really?
Yes, fillies would race against the
colts.
That's
tough.
Yep, and that didn't change probably till early 80s.
A lot more horses now.
Yes, 9th race. 4-year-old and up Signature Series. Henry County Horseman Memorial for $3,100.
Ramble on the outside. Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away is Hard for One Guy. At the rail second is Gold Chocolate. Up on the outside third is Boozer. Moving up fourth is Born to Ramble. And the last horse is a Moore Cruiser. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Nick Clegg has Boozer on top. Up on the outside second is Born to Ramble, driven by Rick Miller. Racing at the rail third is Hard for One Guy, driven by Harvey Hirschberger. Fourth is Gold Chocolate, driven by Mark Hedworth. And the last horse heading down the backside is a Moore Cruiser, driven by Harrison LeBand. Past that quarter-mile mark, that is still Boozer with the lead.
29-4.
First quarter pace in 29 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's Boozer by 2.5 lengths. Pacing second is Born to Ramble. Racing in their third around that turn is Hard for One Guy. Fourth is Gold Chocolate, the last horse, a Moore Cruiser. No change as they come down to the half-mile mark. That's Nick Clegg and Boozer bringing the horses down to the half. Born to Ramble racing in their second with Hard for One Guy third. Moving up fourth, a Moore Cruiser. The last horse is Gold Chocolate.
1 minute.
First half paced in a minute flat. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. They've got to catch Boozer. The closest horse second on the outside is Hard for One Guy. At the rail third is Born to Ramble. Gold Chocolate is fourth along the rail. On the outside fifth is a Moore Cruiser. The pace picks up a little racing down that backside toward the 3/4 mile mark with Boozer with the lead with Hard for One Guy racing second. Third is Born to Ramble. A Moore Cruiser on the outside fourth and Gold Chocolate fifth. Gold Chocolate now goes off storied momentarily.
1:30 and 1.
3/4 in, 1:30 and 1/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Boozer by a length and a half over Hard for One Guy. On the outside third is a Moore Cruiser. At the rail fourth, Born to Ramble. As they race toward home, that's Boozer and Hard for One Guy. Boozer and Hard for One Guy. Boozer along the rail. Hard for One Guy on the outside. Boozer and Hard for One Guy. Boozer and Hard for One Guy. It's Boozer. Hard for One Guy up for place. A Moore Cruiser for show.
2 minutes and 2.
A mile in 2 minutes and 2/5.
2 minutes, 2/5. Gate to wire, 29 and 4, a minute, 1:30 and a fifth. Pretty much a very nice rated mile there. Got a little breather in that second and third quarter.
Yeah, Harvey was driving a little bit, trying to beat Nick, but you can't beat the boss twice. Not in one day. It's just not allowed. Nick wasn't going to allow it either.
No,
I think Nick would have pulled the right line a little bit and hooked him. Said, "Don't go by me this time."
So Boozer was our 3-5 favorite. So you say your next stop is at Hicksville Fairwise?
Yep, Fairwise. We're going to Hicksville next Tuesday and Wednesday. And, odd timing of the blooded sale because there's 3 fairs in the OFRC the same day.
Oh, really?
As the blooded horse sale, which kind of,
it's bad. Really, yes.
It's bad for
what day
business.
of the week is that? It's 26.
26.
Then they be going
Tuesday.
on?
There's Richwood.
Richwood's going on. Richwood, Van Wert.
Van Wert,
that
and
is
Mount
bad.
Gilead.
Yeah, that is bad timing.
Yeah, it's real bad timing because a lot of us can't get there or stay there.
Correct. Yes.
Especially with the early post times. Mount Gilead starts at 11. Richwood starts at 11, and I think Van Wert has a night card that day, if I'm not
mistaken.
Yes,
they do. They do.
Pennsylvania comes number 4, Boozer, owned by Kimber Clegg, trained by Betty Clegg, and driven to victory this evening by Nick Clegg. The blanket for this race is courtesy of Grelton Elevator. That's a big hand here for Nick and Betty Clegg and Boozer at the Grelton Elevator, the donors of the blanket. Here are the official placings for race 9 from the top. Number 1, Gold Chocolate was 5th. Number 2, a Moore Cruiser was 3rd. Number 3, Hard for One Guy was 2nd. Number 4, Boozer was the winner. Number 5, Born to Ramble was 4th. Number 6, Cherokee Joe A had been drawn. Time of the first quarter was 29 4/5. The half was a minute flat. The 3/4 in 1:30 and 1/5, with a mile in 2 minutes and 2/5. From the top it should read 5-3-2 1 for scratch, a mile in 2 minutes and 2/5.
Well, we've got one more to go on to the 10th, but first we got to take a break here and hear from our fine sponsors.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Wallner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Hey kids, we invite you to join the Backstretch Buddies Club, a fun and free club for kids 12 and under who love horses and wants to be a part of harness racing in Ohio. Once you've signed up, you will be able to join Willie Winnett and exciting adventures and receive awesome surprises. Sign up today using the QR code.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Back here at the Henry County Fair, Matt Clark. And Matt, we're joined by Rod Adams Jr. From Tiffin, Ohio. Where's your home? What do you call home? Where were you grew up at, Matt?
I grew up kind of halfway. Half of my childhood was in Ohio and half of it was in Chicago. My early childhood was out near Chicago, and that's where I consider myself from. Teenage years, basically, I was out here in Ohio. And that's after my parents separated and my mom moved back to where she was from. So, now this is home, and it's been home for 12 years.
We were talking on the way down. I rode from the same town Judge Combs is from, so I rode with him tonight, talking about Chicago back in the day. Washington Park. Can you remember Washington Park? Or is that
I don't remember Washington Park.
Sportsman's Park?
Sportsman, yep. I remember going there as a kid, and I'll tell you the most vivid memory I have of Sportsman's is I was back at my dad's barn on the backside and looking across. This was 1992, 91, 92. So I was a real young kid. I remember looking across at the grandstands, and there was 25,000, 30,000 people there. I mean, it was jam-packed. It was insane.
About like a Keeneland.
Yeah. I mean, it was insane to be there, and every night it was like that. It was just a crazy amount of people that wanted to watch horse racing back at that point, and it was fun.
But talking about how everything has changed, you can bet on anything, and you don't have to be there unless you go to the slots. You pretty much most of the time you got to be there.
Now you can do it on your phone.
Yeah, you can do it even on your phone. But how things change.
Yeah, and it's not great, but at the same time, it's something we need to embrace. I mean, that's one thing about this broadcast. You're bringing it to people that can't be there, and that is the biggest key for expanding, not even expanding, maintaining the fan base, because they're not coming out anymore. That's just fact.
And watching this, they'll get them to come out. And there is talk, I'm just going to touch a little bit on it, down the road, they would like to maybe get 6, 8, 10 fairs to try it that way, to have betting, online at fairs.
Yeah,
and someday we'll see it. Maybe not in my day.
No,
it will be here.
Honestly, I actually talked to a couple fair board members last year about that at Tiffin. Tiffin bets a fair amount of money during the fair. It's very popular. One thing that I did mention to them was getting it online and getting it to a broad audience, and that's something that I'm able to do. They don't really want to pay to do that, so they're afraid of losing money because right now they can make a little bit of money off of racing. Yes. So they don't want to lose money because they've lost a lot of money via tractor pulls for a long time, and that's really scared them off of expanding to anything different. But it is attainable, and it's very attainable, especially when you have the OHHA behind you.
Yes. You never want to say never.
Right, and it's not terribly difficult to get done.
Well, we're getting set for the 10th, 3-year-old colt pace. Kind of getting dark up here. I'm going to get my flashlight out.
Yeah. I know where the light switch is. I just don't know if I have time to run over and hit it or not, or if I'm supposed to.
Actually rolling right along. Is it? Oh, it's only 8:38.
That's about the same time we got done last night.
Had a few mix-ups tonight.
Yeah.
Just little hiccups. We had 2 recalls, I think.
Yep, I was in the first recall. The guy lined up in front of me.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He had the 5-hole. He thought he was a trailer, which
yes.
The guy's he hasn't driven for 15 years, so he didn't know.
Into the 3-year-old colt pace, going for a purse of $4,814. This division racing for a blanket from Azul Tequila Restaurant, and the fastest of the 3 divisions will get a blanket courtesy of Batten Stevens Body Shop. The one is Bossa Nova Star, owned and trained by Jeff Short of Delaware. The driver is Clifton Bell. Number 2 is Hot Times Tonight, owned by Ivy Holdings of Apple Creek, Ohio, trained by Robbie Brooks. The driver, Pierce Henry. Number 3 is Already Won, owned by Ron Stack of Marengo, Ohio, R.J. Smoko of Solon, Ohio, Leanne Davenport of Delaware, Ohio, and M.F. Taggart of Columbus, Ohio, trained by Ron Stack. The driver, Curtis Harper. Number 4 is Fear Romeo, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg. The driver, Nick Clegg. Number 5 is Spartan Hill, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak. The driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. And number 6 is Widger Boys, owned by Kimber Clegg of Matamoros, Pennsylvania, trained by Betty Clegg. The driver, Harvey Hertzberger. Horses will take one long.
We're joined by Rod Allums of Tiffin, trainer driver. What will your day tomorrow? Take us through the day tomorrow when you get up and get to the barn.
So when I get up, it's immediately start coffee for Jamie because she doesn't do anything without coffee.
Okay.
So that's the first thing, and then
make her happy.
Yeah, I have to at least start the day on a good note. Breakfast, feed the horses at home, and then take off for Tiffin.
So how far are you away from the track?
We're about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, our farm is actually right on US 23.
Okay.
Which is ideal for us because we're kind of in the middle of everything that we need to be in the middle of. You know, feed stores and hay is right down the road, and Tiffin's 20 minutes away, and Bowling Green's 20 minutes away. So there's everything within, striking range for us. But when we get to the barn, we get stalls done, water buckets, stuff like that.
So it's just the 2 of you mainly?
Yep. Weekends we have some help come in to clean the stalls for us, and with 8 horses, it's not too bad because we're racing 3 or 4 days a week right now. So not everything has to go out all the time.
So you'll be done by noon. You could go home and catch a little break before you have to get up. But the fair starts so early anymore.
Yeah. So the real hot days we start early. The days like today where it wasn't terribly hot, we started 8 o'clock and we were still done by noon. And our horses are well taken care of. Anybody that looks at them will tell you that. I think that's really the biggest thing is taking care of the horses. You can jog and train all you want.
So
they have to be taken
talking
care
about
of.
the training, if you're racing twice in 10 to 12 days, which it will vary like that. I know you only like to usually race once a week, but sometimes you get in that 8 to 10 day way the fairs fall. There's probably no training or just maybe one light trip.
No, for the most part it's just maintenance.
It depends on the horse, I'm sure.
Yeah, every horse is different. For the most part it's maintenance, jogging them, and just making sure that they stay sound and healthy through that tough stretch, especially right now with all this warm weather that we've had.
Now in that area, a blacksmith, where do you have a blacksmith that comes to you?
Yeah, we've got, so our regular blacksmith, Tyler Dudgeon, he got hurt in a chainsaw accident. He got very lucky. I mean, he's fortunate. He's fairly okay. But, yeah, we've got a blacksmith that comes up every week, and he does our horses for us. So, you know, it's very nice that we're able to get people to come up and do work when we need work done.
The Tiffin Fairground, how many head roughly train there?
Give or take about 35.
Okay, that's a pretty good number.
Yeah, and I take care of the track for the most part. I do. You know, Jay Weller helps, and David Hufford helps, and Eddie Fetro helps. I mean, everybody chips in a little bit to keep the track really good, and that's why our track is so fast during the fair, because we maintain it all year long.
Well, hey, we thank you, Rod, for stopping up. We're going to get set and send it over to Bill for the 10th. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
Here they come. Here, off and pacing the first horse away along the rail is Bossa Nova Star. Between horses, second is Already Won. On the outside, third is Fear Romeo. Racing at the rail, fourth, that is Hot Times Tonight. Moving along, fifth is Spartan Hill. On the last horse is Wizard Boys. Heading down the backside over toward that quarter-mile mark, Clifton Bell has Bossa Nova Star on top by about 3 lengths. Racing in there second, it is Already Won, driven by Curtis Harper. Racing third, down the backside, that is Hot Times Tonight, driven by Pierce Henry. First quarter paced in 29 3/5 seconds. The first horse to make a move out of that 4-hole. Now comes Fear Romeo, and also on the move is Hot Times Tonight. As they race down toward the half-mile mark, that's Bossa Nova Star along the rail with the lead. Hot Times Tonight up on the outside second. Moving along at the rail third as they come down to the half, that is Already Won. On the outside fourth is Fear Romeo. Fifth is Spartan Hill, and the last horse is Wizard Boys.
1 minute and 2.
First half paced in 1 minute and 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Bossa Nova Star. The horse pouring on the pressure on the outside second is Hot Times Tonight. Racing in their third is Fear Romeo. Moving up on the outside fourth now comes Spartan Hill. Along the rail fifth is Already Won. Moving up sixth is Wizard Boys. Going to the 3/4 mile mark. That's still Bossa Nova Star along the rail with Hot Time Tonight on the outside second. Moving up third is Spartan Hill. Along the rail fourth, Fear Romeo. 3/4 in 1:30 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Bossa Nova Star by 2 lengths. Hot Time Tonight racing second. Spartan Hill is racing third. Moving up fourth is Already Won as they race toward home. That's Hot Bossa Nova Star, Hot Times Tonight, and Spartan Hill. Past the stands, it's going to be Bossa Nova Star, and here they all come. Hot Times Tonight up for place, Spartan Hill up for show. 1 mile in 2 minutes and 1/5.
2 minutes and a 5th. Cutting the fractions was a winner, Bossa Nova Star, Clifton Bell. 29 3, halfway home 1 minute 2/5, 3/4 in 1:30, home in 2 minutes and 1/5. Back half, I believe, in 59 4, Bossa Nova Star. 3-0 Bago, the son of Well Said, out of the 4-star Shark Mare. Mega Star, Jeffrey Short of Delaware owns and trains. I believe this is the first career win. That's a lifetime mark for Bossa Nova Star in driver Clifton Bell. Second, the 2, Hot Times Tonight. And third, the 5, Spartan Hill. The nights rolled right along, Matt. We had a lot of people want to talk to us tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yes.
Yeah, get to know some of the people at the local fairs and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Sounds like quite a building over here. I think I might go check that out before we leave. A 1 square acre indoors.
It's amazing.
Climate controlled. Yep.
And Sarah sounds like she's on top of her game.
Oh, yeah. Sure does. Pretty good racing out here, too. For,
yes, good racing.
Track that doesn't see a lot of year-round use and in great shape, seems like.
So you get tomorrow night off, and then Friday, do you spend the weekend probably in Greenville?
Yeah, I'm going to head out Friday morning sometime and get down there kind of early.
So you'll be Greenville Friday, Saturday, off Sunday and Monday, and then you go to Hicksville probably Tuesday, Wednesday, then back to Greenville Thursday.
That's it. That's the plan. Doesn't sound so bad when you say it like that.
Yeah. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
A couple days off of there. I don't know how I swung that this time of year.
Oh, Frank feels sorry for you.
Oh, I'm sure.
On the track, into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Delaware, Ohio, comes number 1, Bossa Nova Star. Owned and trained by Archbold native Jeff Short. Driven to victory this evening by Clifton Bell. Now the Azul Tequila Restaurant blanket will go to Bossa Nova Star. We'll have a picture taken with a Baton Stevens Body Shop blanket, but that will go to the winner of the second division, Believe in Tom, who won in the fastest of the 3 divisions. Let's really hear it here for Clifton Bell and all concerned with Bossa Nova Star. And a big special thanks to Stephanie Miller and Josh Gaffney of Lily Creek Farms for putting the blankets on these last 2 weeks. Again, big thanks to Stephanie Miller and Josh Gaffney. Here are the official placings for race 10 from the top. Number 1, Bossa Nova Star was the winner. Number 2, Hot Times Tonight was second. Number 3, Already Won was sixth. Number 4, Fear Romeo was fifth. Number 5, Spartan Hill was third. And number 6, Widger Boys was fourth. Time of the first quarter was 29 3/5. The half was in 1 minute and 2/5. The 3/4 in 1:30 with a mile in 2 minutes and 1/5. From the top, it should read 1, 2, 6, 5, 3, 4, a mile in 2 minutes and 1/5.
If you're a gimmick player, that was your getaway race right there.
Yes.
$86 exacta.
$86 exacta.
$170 try.
1-2 combination. Well, Matt, that's going to wrap it up, but we've got a few things to touch on before we sign off. We got some commercials we've got to get in, and we'll be back and wrap it up. The Henry County Fair right after this.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio-sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Well, we're back. It wraps it up here at Napoleon, our Ohio Fair Racing Conference action at the Henry County Fair. Matt Clark and Doug Ballinger. Matt, we got some busy time ahead of us here. Seems like the fairs are winding down, but we're just a little better than halfway there. We're going to both be, I know, at Findlay, at Greenville. You're at Hicksville. I'll join you tonight at Hicksville. I always look forward to going to over Labor Day to
Fulton County.
Fulton County Fair. You'll probably have Val there getting one of those chocolate milkshakes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And a lot of other things.
Yes,
I love that there's so much good food there.
But there's so many nice fairs. Every fair is so unique.
Yep.
But tomorrow, Rock Springs, I know Ashley Daly is going to be at Meigs County Thursday and Friday, the 14th and 15th. That's a Southern Valley Colt Circuit, a 1 o'clock start both days. 7 races tomorrow and 9 on Friday. Roger Houston will be giving you the call. Roger will join me calling some races at Darke County on Saturday, and next Thursday he'll be also on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast. They go Friday the 15th and Saturday the 16th and Thursday the 21st. 6:30 post time for sure, Friday and Saturday. 13 each day carded. That post time could change on Thursday the 21st. Look for that to definitely go up an hour if they have as many races as they think they will have. Wellington, Lorain County goes Sunday the 17th. I believe it's Ayers Ratcliffe on the bike there. And Monday the 18th, 3 o'clock start on Sunday, 11 a.m. on Monday. Hometown at Colt Circuit action there. Lima, the Allen County Fair, their 175th fair. Monday and Tuesday, the 18th and 19th. Next week, 6:30 start. Woodsfield, Tuesday and Wednesday, the 19th and 20th. Southern Valley action. Post time each day at 3. Hicksville next week. Defiance, Tuesday and Wednesday. Bill Peters be on the mic there, giving you the race call. That's the 19th and 20th. 6:30 post time. You'll be there on the camera and joining in. Matt, Roger Houston and I will be there. First time we've ever worked on set together. We go back to 1969, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot of stories to share. And Roger can tell us about Eckert Hill Brady, who races tonight, and about his trip to Dublin, Ireland. And Roger never lost for words.
And a lot of other stuff.
And a lot of other stuff. Roger never lost for words. So that's going to wrap it up. Another great night. Always enjoy working with you.
Yep. Good times, Doug.
So long.
See you in Greenville.
The Henry County Fair in Napoleon.